I just have to sit and listen. Can't access my character sheet or anything.
That's the worst. I don't understand, because, like, it was only kind of recently that it started doing this, right? Like, it's only been a couple of months. Because at the beginning,
Yeah, I
it
guess.
wasn't that bad. Like,
Yeah,
when
I
it
guess
first
not.
started.
No, yeah, I mean, it's true. I know I had a few issues, but it wasn't like consistent bad video or voice quality. It was just I would just shut off.
Alright.
I have to.
Everyone join DubTrack if you can. If you can't, Kelby, because internet. That's still
I can't. Yeah.
All two of us.
All two of you.
Crashed me.
We can have fun with 3 people. It's fine.
No, you know it.
And we'll be much, much more productive.
Mm.
Is there any housekeeping we need to get done?
I lost my notes from last time, so I don't really remember. Don't know of anything right now.
Did I level up?
Yeah, I think about everyone should have leveled up.
Oh, let me check to make sure I have put my numbers.
How much? Somebody write that down.
I'm still level 10.
I think I already added it, I guess. But.
I think so. Just a second here. It was 4,500.
4,500.
I did not level up.
Okay, I think I added that.
Alright.
I'm at 76,000.
I'm at 75.3.
Have you guys added your abilities and stuff? Or whatever you get for that
Yeah.
level 10?
From level 10.
Level
Another
10
couple
hype, by the
sessions.
way.
Yeah.
Level 10 hype.
Only 10 more to go.
Oh, we're halfway there.
11, because I get 3 attacks per turn.
Alright. Let's start then. The last time of the League Extraordinary Explorers, you, along with several missing others, left the grand city of Bahagar and crossed the Bitter Sea on your way towards the Grand Trade Center known as Baroshi.
Yeah, screw that place.
Okay.
Along the way, you are attacked by a bitter hydra that was not too much of a challenge. But what was a challenge is you happened to get sucked into a whirlpool in the center of the sea. As you dropped down, you saw amazing images of titans battling for eternity, and you fell into darkness. After that, your boat shot out of the water, and you're back seemingly exactly where you were, the calm sea around you, with nothing in sight. What would you like to do?
I'd like to investigate the boat and see how much damage was done.
Okay, make an investigation check. All right, great.
Got it.
There's definitely like a couple holes in the boat that water's leaking into. It seems that when the Hydra grasped the bottom of the boat, it wasn't too gentle and it cracked the bottom of the hole, but your boat is still afloat. Though it could use some repair.
Somebody's got mending, don't they?
I think Draven had mending.
Well,
Okay.
if not, I'm just going to use my creation spell to make patches using barrels, whatever's on the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help with that.
Or actually, fabricate. I'll use fabricate, not.
Okay.
So you can't help. You can nail them in place.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Yeah.
Okay, and you do, and wood planks fabricate from inexistence and from objects around you, and they come and they fill into the holes. And there's still probably about half an inch of water on board, but you're no longer in the dire situation that you were.
Well, I think we should... Oh, go ahead.
Poison. Does poison go away after battle, or does it have to wait until it...
Yes, we'll assume it has.
Well, I think we should get ourselves oriented and I guess, try to make our way to Moroshi. Anybody know?
We got finish this journey.
Yeah.
I've been
Guess-
thinking about this. Why are we making such a big deal about these priests and the Tomb Kings? The worst thing that we've seen happen so far is them burning some blacksmith's face.
I think I missed that.
Well, I suppose it's mostly because we were asked to. By,
We are being paid for it,
True.
so it's our job
Advisor.
to care.
Surely
I mean-
there's greater evils out there who do more than burning beards.
Well, if you know of any greater evils we can go chase, feel free to tell us. Think back across the sea and
Doing stuff over there.
I guess the money is not bad either. Okay.
That-
And we're pretty close, right? Yes,
Are we?
I think.
We've made most of our journey.
we're about halfway across, if I remember correctly.
That bastard of a
Um,
paladin.
Can I get my sense of bearings and figure out which direction things are?
Yes, how would
Is that
you
a
like to do
nature
that?
check?
You can.
A perception check?
You can do either.
No, I'll do perception. Nope, I am all turned around.
I can
Yeah.
I can find it.
There we go,
You
thank
just
you.
see a blue sea around you. Ulrich, you definitely. It doesn't seem like you've changed orientation from where you were before, but you do notice that there's less islands and sandbars around you than there were.
We've drifted off course any.
Can you
we
tell
could
which
still-
way is north? I can still navigate it as long as we know that.
Coastline, and if we travel north from here, we could find the coast and maybe make our way parallel to the coast till we find Moroshi.
Once
It
we
should
get
be
close
easy
the
to
coast,
spot.
We should at least be able to see the city. It's large enough at night.
Could I try to do like a nature check to get our direction based on the sun?
Yes.
Well, it is nighttime now, isn't it?
Oh.
Or did the sun come back out?
the moon.
Yeah, moon and stars.
Because it got dark when we caught the Hydra.
Got to do that whole Moana thing with your hand. Where you're like, okay. Boop. Oh yeah.
You're completely turned around.
What are we trying to find right now? The north?
The cardinal directions.
Before before you encountered that previous encounter, the sun seemed to have been straight in the sky. Seems to have been straight noon. At this point, it's maybe about 2 or 3, but you can't tell the difference.
Okay, well,
Alright,
we
well,
could probably be there by night.
if you guide us, I'll steer.
I can try to make another nature check to.
Yeah, it's pretty much...
I want to climb up the mast and then just try to guide through the remainder of the shallow type waters, like the sandbars and rocks and stuff.
Okay. Lilac, we'll assume you made it to the top. It's not very high mass, but make a perception check. And Ulrich, what are you checking for with nature?
Oh, I was just trying to orient ourselves. I didn't know if we did that already, but just to point us in the right direction. North.
Okay. From what you can tell, it seems like you haven't drifted too much off course. And Lilac, you're distracted with something.
Is there any wind? Is there any wind out here?
There is.
Oh.
That was a rhetorical question.
There wasn't wind before, but there is some wind, a light breeze.
Okay, so I think we're heading in the right direction now.
Yeah, from
I have
as
no idea.
best you can tell.
Copper, I think. Yeah. Oh, did we talk about that encounter?
Sorry.
What did you guys think of that thing we saw? The Titans, the battle. I mean, what was that?
I'd rather not think
no.
about it. Mortal men should not see such things.
In your opinion, as a professor, Copper, I mean, travel to, is it a vision? I don't understand.
Idea. I can't say I got wet, which means that we were physically not in this place, or at least not under the water, unless there is something else. If someone wants to dive in and check for me, they're welcome to. However, with the
No.
number of creatures that may be in this water, I would not advise it.
Yeah.
My guess,
The shrieking eels.
my guess is that there is some. This is a very magical land.
Yeah. Figured
And
that
as
much.
we've already met, we've met essentially a demigod, the dragon. So maybe we saw a glimpse of the past. Maybe we see a glimpse of the future. I'm not a seer at all.
Yeah, I guess. Fine then.
I might have done this already.
But that
Philip,
would very
but
much happen.
Could I read like or do like a history check to see if I've heard anything about these dudes?
About the Titans?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Oh yeah, highest roll of the night.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Even besides Ulrich.
In your past, you
Yeah.
haven't really concerned yourself with religions or dogmas besides the Winds of Magic. But you do know that there's a
And
general.
even then, not very much.
Yeah. There's a general creation story about Zodakit that involves multiple elemental titans that formed the world around them. But that's about as much as you know.
I'll just keep that knowledge to myself.
Okay.
I'd actually like to make a history check too, just to see if there's any comparable legends in Bethalia.
Okay.
I'm more concerned about the link with the Hydra.
Uh,
I'll let you decide this one, Jeff.
I mean, your culture does have a kind of similar tale, except it's more linked to the giants that still live in the mountains close to where you are.
right. So it's a kind of a similar motif, I guess, but not
Yeah,
the same.
yeah. And like people in your culture didn't really concern themselves too much with the creation of the entire continent. It was more like your little
Okay.
valley.
Yeah, yeah. It's much more local
Yeah.
focus.
They're more worried about orc raiding parties in the spring and stuff like
Yeah.
that than
That fits well. What I thought of us as well.
Can I do an Arcana check just to see if I happen to know if we did anything particularly magical or if there's.
Yes.
You stop
No,
being
I shouldn't be rolling with disadvantage anymore. I should be normal now.
Should be good.
Okay, come on, roll 20. Catch up. Arcana. No better.
As you've experienced since you got here, there's a general aura of magic everywhere that kind of comes and goes as you feel the breeze against you. But you notice that the magic, at least from last time you checked, is definitely stronger. It seems to be more concentrated where you are.
Alright, well, let's just make it to land. I'm
I say
going
we
to
just
make
lose-
Ethan hear about this.
Wait, what?
I say we just loose the sails and let the winds take us home.
Lila, can you keep watch up above? Make sure we don't get too close to any of the sandbars.
Okay, I don't see anything right now.
Yeah, and you look and there's no sandbars in sight. You can see.
I think we are clear to go.
What's your passive perception, Lilac and Ulrich?
What's that?
I forgot the rules for that. It's like
Yeah.
it's like 10 plus your modifier, right?
I think so, yeah.
Should have. Isn't there a spot on your thing
It
that
should
says it?
tell you right on your character sheet too, I think.
Where is that?
Do you know where? Yeah.
Let me see.
They moved it.
Passive skills. I clicked it. But where did
Be
it
on the
go?
left-hand side.
Left hand.
It's just a check mark.
Uh,
It
should
doesn't
have a
say anything.
number.
Well, if it's 10 plus my modifier, which I think it is.
Yeah, let's go
That
with
sounds right.
that right now.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Um,
now.
It's not like plus 10.
I have
okay.
15.
15? And then what's yours, Lilac?
10.
10. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
So, Ulrich, you...
12.
12? Okay. Ulrich, you feel a slight warmth on your back from where you got the tattoo.
Put my hand to my back to test that idea out.
Okay, and
Is
as
it? Can I feel something?
it is a bit warm to the touch, like warmer than the rest of
Uh-huh.
your skin. And as you do, it suddenly turns cold. And it reminds you of the mountains of where you grew up. And you like feel
Oof.
like you just jumped back to that location and jumped back. And you gain the knowledge that as you paid for, your tattoos are imbued with a magical property, and yours is known as Tempered Guard, and it means that you may temporarily raise your AC by 1 once every long rest for 10 minutes.
Wow.
Well,
That's
raise
really-
it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And
AC by 1 once every 10 minutes?
yes, once every long rest for 10 minutes. Not once every 10
Oh,
minutes, but
for
10
10
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's an
Nice.
extremely long fight. 10 minutes would be an extremely
That
long
covers
fight.
every fight.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
And
While we're on
like,
the boat, does
just
this count as
feels
a
like
long rest
general
as we're
symbol.
traveling here?
What's that?
While we're on the boat, will this count as a long rest as we're traveling?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so we can regain health.
And
Cool.
Lilac, you touched yours as well, and it's a bit warm to the touch. And it immediately reminds you of being back on the sand where you want to be, not in the ocean.
Oh,
Um,
not these sand.
Not.
Okay.
and you're not sure what magical property you've been imbued with, but it does come to you that it's something called Arcanum Strike, and from what you can tell so far, it
What?
from what you can tell so far, you feel your fists kind of imbue with power, and you can tell that your fists will count as magical weapons from
I
right
already
now.
do.
I know.
The Iron Fist.
You don't count. You can't feel anything more right now, but you can tell that your fists seem to be imbued with more magical power.
You already do that.
Not my fault. Your passive perception sucks, Chad. Okay. Dang it.
Copper, could you identify my finger?
That would be your ring
That's right. It's
finger.
on your finger, not your back. My bad.
Yeah, I put it on my ring finger.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe you'll learn. All right, I'm guessing you guys raise the sail.
Yeah.
Or lower it, whichever way this
Lower
one
the
goes.
sail, yeah. You lower the sail, and
You're like,
you start off in the direction that your boat is currently headed. You're going at a much more leisurely pace than you were before. I would like whoever's piloting the boat to make an intelligence check.
I guess that's me.
Yeah.
could I assist him? Like, give him advantage for
No
guiding
need.
him?
23.
You can if
Never
you
mind.
like.
If you want to have advantage, Chris.
I mean, sure, but 23.
Okay.
Are you doing it or not?
You can do it.
He's being smug. No. No, if I assist, I think. Okay, Philip, correct me if I'm wrong. If I assist him, it gives him advantage.
Yes.
Okay. So you can roll again, Chris, if you. want.
Okay, well, we'll just see here. Let's see. Intelligence. Let's stick with the 23.
There you go.
I helped a lot.
I'm helping.
I'm helping.
This boat is much more easily piloted than the last, and you make your way along the waters. You go at a leisurely pace since there's not as much wind as there was before the storm for about 2 or 3 hours, and you continue on these calm waters, but there's no land in sight, no islands in sight, just water.
What is the average velocity of this boat? Is there any way to determine that? Like,
Have-
are we
have a rope.
clipping?
We could.
There's probably a rope here and with knots on them. I mean,
Yeah.
I
What
don't
kind of
personally
check
know how to
do we
read
have to
that,
do?
but
You just make an intelligence check.
How smart am I?
Is this vessel Yar?
Fast.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay.
You're not been on a boat
Yeah.
very often. But
he
not-
has
I would
6
say-
riverboats.
Copper,
Yeah.
you surmise that at this speed you're going about 9 knots.
I've heard that's supposed to be. Okay.
Is that slow?
It's
Well,
not
for
super
a-
fast,
For this kind of boat,
It's like
but
10
it's,
miles an
it's a
hour.
good clip.
yeah. It's not bad.
I can run faster.
You're going at a fair pace, but you continue, and the signs of evening are starting to show. The sun is not quite set, but it's definitely getting there, and all you see is water.
Something funny.
Remember when you were laughing at me for buying rations?
I still have my rations, so
We might need them now.
what happened to your rations, anyways?
Mine?
Yeah, and your carpet thinking of that.
I gave them to the lizard. Oh.
Oh, okay.
I solved the problem that we had.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't with the camels. I thought he left on his own.
He did. With
Carpet and ration.
I
Come back.
figured we. Yeah. I know the cleric would not approve, but
Yes, well, the cleric.
if I
Doesn't
can be
approve
more
of
loving than
many
the
things
priest,
clerics
then I
ought
guess
to.
I'm doing okay.
Oh.
He did go pilfering a burned lady's corpse in the square of a city, too, so.
Hmm.
If it's within his religion, who am I to judge?
It's quite the religion he has. Whatever it is.
I feel like elves.
You know,
are
for
more
being a-
concerned about their
Yeah.
own well-being.
For being a cleric, he's not very preachy of a fellow. I mean, I don't know if clerics are supposed to be preachy, but I don't really know much about his
He's not a
religion.
paladin. Those are the really extreme ones.
Oh yeah.
What was that guy's name again we were supposed to meet?
Bahagar?
Grumpy Pants.
Yeah, the
I
Mr.
don't think I recorded his name.
I got Urundil. But that's a
Ugh.
dragon. The heck. General Doom King. Oh, we killed that guy.
Ja-
Munja Orc clan. We ran away from them.
Yes.
The death priests of the decaying art. We are searching for those. Aline the adventurer. We left in the palace.
And then Bonnie ran into him again.
Mosby Tosby, that old decrepit drug dealer. He is still in Qatar. Right one.
I am needing a new name now. Let's see.
Oh, and Imar, the princess cartographer, and he is none of those. Okay. So, very
Did
good.
we meet him last week?
Who?
Who we're talking about?
You met him the week before last, but
So that's the one I wasn't at.
Yeah, I don't think we didn't see
you
him
weren't at last
yesterday.
week. But
Well, I was here last week, but not the week before.
you saying
really
you didn't
should-
watch the VOD, Kelby? Oh,
Oh
What?
gosh, Kelby,
Oh.
Kelby, come
Oh wait, no,
on,
no.
Kelby.
does someone want to catch
come
him up on what happened?
It's so. I mean,
Copper can, he's the historian.
Let's see. You were here for the tattooing, right?
yeah, I was there for that.
That was
Okay.
last week.
Yeah, so then
But like the week before.
we got into Bahagar, through the magic barrier. Then we went to the library
We had to leave our slave outside.
Right.
side. Let's see, we went to the library after. Let's see, what did we do before the library? 'Cause that was the next day. That was the second day we were in Bahagar.
I think we
The
went
first
to the
day, you and I
Oh,
went to the Dream Lady.
Yes.
Barak and I went to the Dream Lady.
Oh, that is the other thing. When I lost my carpet, I also lost bad dreams.
Oh.
What did I saw?
Yeah.
I wonder if they were connected.
Probably. I did not trust that magician. Nobody lives out in the desert alone.
I don't remember what mischief Vani got into. Aethys went around looking for that blacksmith for a
Oh.
while.
I remember what happened with Ani. She went whoring and didn't do very well and stayed
That was
up
the
very
second
late.
night. She did something, I think. that
You are
the day
very
before.
astute. She did something.
When we were busy with the Dream Lady.
Honestly, I was kind of in a haze.
I was more referring to what you saw happen with the.
Oh, you're right. The
paladin.
important stuff. Yes.
Yeah. The stuff that matters.
All right. So the next day, we were going to the library, and we ran into that paladin we met as we went into the city.
Yes.
Just
So we
snuck
don't
into the city
remember his
with us.
name. Basically, if you find
I'm
a,
gonna say
a
because not
robust,
everyone's here. Whoever wants can make an intelligence check, and I'll tell you his name.
Okay, I'll do an intelligence check to see if I remember.
I
But I might not. I might just intentionally fail.
It was Lucian something.
Oh, yeah,
What?
Lucius.
And Grumpy Pants.
Lucius.
Lucian.
Luscious, that's right. Luscious Grumpy Pants.
I remember he was named after the Emperor's nephew from Gladiator.
At whatever rate, we ran into him again in the city, and he dragged a woman out into the street and burned her alive in the sun because she was a vampire.
And then our cleric ran over to her burned charred body
Aethys
and
looted the corpse.
looted it. Apparently, our
Wow.
cleric does not value his pride.
Then we traveled with the paladin for a little while because he's looking into the death cult too.
Yeah.
We went to a blacksmith
He tried to burn
who
the other
had
half
been
of his face
attacked
off.
by the death priests.
Death
With
priest, that's
working
right, that was your bad.
Basically,
And they burnt his face.
Huh?
don't like Lucius.
Paladin told us to meet him, or I think told Aethys to meet us
Yes,
the
he
day
wanted
before
us
yesterday,
at the
which was the day you all went
docks.
tattooing. So
Yeah.
Yes.
he's gone ahead of us to the city across the sea here.
He doesn't
Okay.
seem like the patient type.
Danjesh?
Okay.
I think that's about. That's
The
pretty
death
much.
priest part of, or they.
They're the
Guardian.
They
guys who
serve the
stole
Tomb
thing we're
Kings
looking
or
for.
whatever, I think, or related to them
Oh.
somehow.
We've never
So the
actually
evil
seen
death god
them
from
or
us.
anything that they've done. We've assumed that.
Well, we did fight the giant death god guy.
Well, yeah, but that was completely unrelated. That was before we even fight the Urandil, Dragon Man.
Said he was a general of the Tomb Kings.
Did he?
I have that in my notes.
I mean, he never said that. That
Anyone
was,
can say they're a general of the Tomb Kings.
Well, I know it was the guard guy from Jandesh who said this.
Look, you were dead at the time.
Fine, take away my glory. And my accent is dying. I'm so sad.
But yes, you are correct. Guard did tell us that it was Neck.
The heck?
Nick.
the fat guy,
Nikki.
Whose skull I think we still have.
No, I think Vani gave it to the. Wait, no.
No,
she still
Vani-
has
she
it.
No, I think she still has it.
Can we take that away from her? She flunked it every chance she could get. I have a feeling if she could get a discount on alcohol, she would show it to somebody.
You wanted to try to take it away from her?
Vani.
Yes, darling.
I required. I see the skull of Nahek. I think there might be some writing on it that I could read
Roll a deception
in
check.
Eren. Yes. I gave you insight, please.
Nice try, dear.
Look, I lied. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Could I just see it? I died to him after all. Surely I can see it.
What for?
Curiosity, because I'm bored. Does it matter?
Make persuasion check since it's not really up to me.
Yes! Lilac sucks, dude.
Okay, it's fun. Guess I'll make
I need some assistance.
an intelligence check. Oh, okay.
Yeah!
Fine, just for a couple of minutes. She reaches into her bag of holding, feels around for a bit, then takes out the blackened skull and hands it to you.
I take off my turban and then like wrap it in the thing so I don't touch it.
Okay.
And walk over to Copper. So which bag of holding do we put it in?
Make a copy of it. Let me just check my creation spell real quick just to see what I can do with it.
Can you make something out of bone?
It is.
Hmm?
Would that count as vegetable matter?
100%.
I'm gonna say no.
No, it's a non-living object.
What does the skull look like?
The skull, it just seems to be a fairly human-sized skull that at one point seems to have been made of white bone, but it's definitely been charred to black right now. And there is a small symbol up in the center of the forehead, but that's about it.
Where'd you get this skull?
We'll get back to that later. Sorry, the symbol. Could you instead make it out of a dark stone material, and we'll just have to try to slip it past her?
Depends on if we have any here. I do
Ballast?
have.
Surely there's
I have a
ballast in the
knife.
ship. Are there stones in the hull of the ship to like keep it from flipping, like most ships do?
Check, make an investigation check.
Okay. Hey, yeah, boy.
All right, you
I
go.
think there's any there.
You go
Just need to
looking
find
below
what it
deck,
is.
below deck, and it's not even really below deck. Like you kind of have to crawl. It's almost more like a crawl space where there's some storage, not much. But from what you can see, it's not stones; it's sandbags.
Ah, bastards. Can you make it? Can you make stone out of sand?
Well, I have a knife, and if we put an illusion on it, it might work.
Do I have anything?
So I use I sacrifice one of my daggers here to fabricate and make it into a skull shape. It's not particularly realistic, but it's fast.
Okay, how do you do that?
Use fabricate here, which means I convert raw material from one to another.
Okay.
I sit in there for about 10 minutes time, shaping it into.
Okay. And Lilac, do you give him the skull to replicate?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Copper, make a Constitution saving throw.
Nope, that's check. Hold on. That's just some safe throw. I take the check instead.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, they both have the same modifiers.
Same roll. As you try to form a replication of this skull, this pulse kind of goes through you, and you take 28 points of necrotic damage.
Ow!
It kind of knocks you to the ground, and the skull hits the floor and like rolls to the corner.
You know, I think we should take this away from Vonnie at any rate, if it can do that.
Unless if we have some sort of vendetta against her, but I don't. So,
All right. Do I still manage to make my my shape? So all I'm trying to do is shape it vaguely like a skull.
Yeah, you got something. It doesn't look like it, but you feel like with some more work, you can make it look similar enough.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the skull, and then I'm going to cast an illusion over it.
Okay. Yeah, it's skull shaped.
Okay.
just so long as it's like a similar heft.
That's the goal. Is just so there's a shape there, so it's something physical.
You're just trying to make a copy, and so you can keep the real one and then fool her with the fake one.
That's the goal.
Okay. Oh, you guys are doing that. I guess I am.
Where is my major? Is it silent image?
Come, Ulrich, give in to our shenanigans.
I have no idea what you're doing. Just leave me out of your dark magic.
Ulrich, come here. Is there like a cabin on the ship?
Okay, so I'm going to cast silent image over.
Just
Where have we
one
been
dice.
Silent
sleeping?
image.
Huh?
Where have we been sleeping?
You haven't slept yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
I
just,
thought-
it's just
oh.
now getting to nightfall. Okay, and you do copper, and this image kind of forms around this skull-shaped object you're making. It looks pretty similar to the skull, but it's almost like there's like a layer of the image over the physical object, so you can like kind of put your hand through it just a little bit.
Yeah, so if she looks too closely, she'll figure it out.
Yeah. But from a distance, it definitely looks like a black skull.
It should help our deception, though.
What are you guys planning down here? I say, coming in.
We're at the back of the deck here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
back to
just
the deck.
trying to keep a dangerous.
Yeah, you walk up.
Damn.
You heard this loud, shocking sound. You see kind of
Yeah.
Copper a little bit dazed on the floor, and the skull in the corner, and Lilac looking a bit confused.
Yeah. And the heck?
I go over to
I
Copper
don't
to
think
help
she
him out.
should have this at all, which is why we're doing this. Nehek had much more of an effect on her than anyone else.
You're saying Vonnie had the skull the whole time?
And
Yes.
she's been flashing it as a trophy.
She's like,
Trophy.
look, oh, you're breathing. Would you like to see the skull of Nehek? but we,
Right.
we love her anyway.
I understand. Skulls are not that kind of thing. It's not to be trifled with.
And this is the skull of a
I mean, what?
general.
We love her, but we would not give a toddler a handgun.
All right. Now the tricky part. Who of us has the greatest deception ability?
I have 0, so
I have +2.
I have 0 also.
I
All
cannot
right,
lie.
I will give this fake skull back to Lottie.
Okay, so I guess I'll take the real one.
Okay, what are you doing first?
Be best if I hold on to it for now. Since you've had those dreams, I would hate to see if this reactivates anything. Since the dreams did start after
Don't have to tell me twice.
exposure to it.
I mean, they didn't, but yes.
So I
still
carefully
agree.
wrap it into some cloth, tie it off, and put it in my bag of holding. Then I take the fake skull back to Vonnie and try
Oh,
to
wait.
deceive her.
Okay, so you're gonna go pick up the real skull.
I assume we like throw a cloth over it and pick it
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna sort of wrap it up first before I.
like the Saruman crystal globe in Lord of the Rings thing.
Okay, you walk over to the skull
Exactly.
and start to wrap it up. It rolls away into another corner.
Telekinesis.
I'm
skull
going to
roll?
use Mage Hand to grab the skull.
Okay, roll mage hand.
It's just a cantrip.
Okay, and do an agility check. with
Legit.
advantage.
You say agility?
What's the word? That's the word, right?
Is it athletics or
Dexterity,
acrobatics?
excuse me.
Or
Not
dexterity, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what is agility? Ooh.
Okay. You reach out with Mage Hand. It begins to roll away again, kind of like towards the downstairs. And you grab it with Mage Hand and pick it up.
Something tells me this is more dangerous than we thought. Either that, or it's a magical talking skull, which will become a spunky sidekick to us.
Like, comedic relief.
I call him Murray. That's his new name. Murray the
Murray.
talking skull.
Murray the Skull.
Well, I think the best place to put Murray would be in a bag of holding, because it
Going
can't
into a bag
roll
of
out of
holding.
it.
No.
No? Did you say something?
What?
Didn't-
Who was that?
Anything.
Wasn't me.
Not back in there.
Oh God, is it the skull?
Murray?
Murray?
You look at the sound is coming from a Murray.
Is it moving? It's
Please tell
Not
me
a
I was smoking
mandible,
the
right?
opium last night.
No, it doesn't appear that the jawbone is moving.
Wait a second.
it is. Oh.
It doesn't appear that it's moving, but it is open.
Oh.
But it's not lip sync.
I'm gonna like walk slowly over there
Mhm.
and then make a general like hugging move to see if I can grab an invisible person like next to the
Okay.
Like underneath the skull where I'm holding out the mage hand.
yeah.
Okay, you walk near the skull and kind of reach your arms around, but there's nothing there.
Hello.
Who are you? I'm gonna just do an Arcana check to see just how powerful magic is coming off the skull.
Okay. As usual, there's magic everywhere, but that high concentration of magic I was talking about before is from the skull.
Nope. 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 In the bag right now.
I'm
No.
And you want to pick it up? Oh, he says no.
In the bag.
so why should we not put you in the bag?
No.
Give us a good reason to not put you in the bag.
How did this Nehek guy become a general if he's so illiterate?
Well,
It
he
is a
was a
skull.
giant creature thing, and he's now just a skull.
No.
That, as if that explains it.
No bag.
Then where should I put you?
Can I roll an insight check? Because I really don't feel like it actually is the skull.
I think the insight would be if he's being honest, but you could do like an intelligence check. I'd say intelligence or
Like it's not Aethys
or
playing.
Arcana, I guess. Probably more intelligence. It seems to be coming from the skull. I mean, if you've never seen it, you've never seen this lake, but it's definitely not someone playing a trick on you.
No.
Lilac, toss this over top. I give him a piece of leather.
Okay.
Don't touch it. Just put it over top.
Good thing Vonnie is asleep. Okay.
And then I wrap up the skull as best I can and put it in the bag of
I
holding.
said
We'll
it's
deal with
true.
it. We will deal with it when we're at shore.
I put the leather over the thing.
What's going on over there?
Nothing.
She starts to walk up.
You stay over there, young lady.
No, just here. Give her the skull back. I
No.
can do the fake skull.
I put the other one in the bag. Really hard. Fast.
Keep saying no. And you
No,
put it-
I
and
don't
you
care
put it
what
in
it's
the bag.
saying. I'm just putting in the bag.
And his voice is muffled, but like as it's dropping in, no.
I was trying to play with that
Shut up.
the voice spell. You remember the one I put on your bag of holding way back when? But it's not working very well, so here's the skull back.
Make a deception check.
It is actually quite entertaining when he makes us dead skull talk.
Yeah, I could do as the hand puppet.
No, it said.
Oh, ventriloquist. Little skull on the shoulder. No.
No,
Why are you lying to me?
no, no. You're right, we are.
I gave you the
Uh,
skull out of confidence.
Fine.
We're keeping a deep,
Taking
dark
up the skull
secret away
overboard.
from
I'm
you.
sorry.
It's terrible.
It's fine. Let's just get on with our journey.
That's creepily good.
All right.
All right, you've taken care of the skull, and you're still going about probably 7 or 8 knots at this point, and it's the world is around you is being shrouded by darkness, with only the moonlight guiding your path. You
Can
feel
we
like
see
it's-
any lights from the city ahead of us?
Make a perception check.
Could I hop on that?
I want to make a perception check.
Yay, perception!
Yay, perception!
we all got nice teams.
What are the chances?
That's fantastic.
You don't see like any light points in particular, but you do faintly spot a general like glow in the distance, as if there's some sort of light pollution.
All right, we'll head towards that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you continue on your way, and a feeling comes over you that this would be a great time to read the books that you got in about half an hour. Since
That's
not-
actually a really good idea.
not
Let's
everyone's
go ahead
here.
and plot some of these books.
Are you doing a
Um,
game with a group of people?
Yeah, I'm playing a board game thing with Chris and Philip and
Kelby.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Have fun.
thank you.
What book did you
Save.
get, Copper?
What?
Save.
Vonnie has all the books. The only book I ended
She
up
does.
getting was that spell for the map making spell.
I can't read my book.
You got that, but you also read the book in the Grand Librarium, the one about the Tomb Kings.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Could I like meditate on my tattoo? Like you can like attune to a magic item. Could I do that kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I want to try that.
Okay. One second. Okay. From what you remember that you've read, Copper, the book was really hard to get through. Like, you love reading and you're really used to it, but it was really mundane. There's a lot of long words and it was really factual and stuff, and it was just kind of going on and on.
Heavily translated as well.
Yeah, exactly. But you do remember one thing that stood out to you, and it was a list along the pages that you kind of imprinted on your mind, and it's the hierarchy of the Withering Arts. And
Boss list. Here we go.
within that, there's almost these like tiers of importance within the Withering Arts and the religion of the Tomb Kings, and the very bottom of that being just the servants of the Withering Arts, which are just known generally as believers, and those are just anyone that follows the Withering Arts. Above that are the legions of the Tomb Kings, and that's the Tomb Kings' actual army, their standing militia. And a step above that are these beings known as defilers, and they're more or less known as being the assassins of the Tomb Kings, kind of the Tomb King's spies that kind of work under the cover of darkness to complete their will. And a step above that would be the Deacons of Death, and they are the underlings to the priests of the Tomb Kings.
Yikes.
And
There's a lot of deadly things going on.
No.
And a step above that would be the priests of the dead, and they're known as the spreaders of faith. And those are
God
those
damn it!
Sorry, the what of the faith?
They're just the spreaders of faith. Those are the death priests that you are seeking currently.
So far, I'm not worried. They only burn people's faces.
And nearing the top, a step above that would be the Death Lords, and there are 9 of them, known as the 9 generals of the Tomb Kings, one of which, Nehek, you have slain.
Wait, what? We already killed one of the higher ups?
You killed one of the generals, yeah.
Wow. Killed. No!
Now.
So Murray is one of the Death Lords. Okay.
I have to write down my notes now. Murray, or Nehek, aka Murray.
And then above this list, there are 3 that were pointed out in particular, 3 major tiers, and the third of which being, not much is known of them, but they're simply known as the Dark Ones, and they're known to be tormented greater souls in service of the Tomb Kings. And the second most powerful
Jeepers.
member of the Tomb Kings is in fact the Tomb Kings themselves, of which there are unknown number. And all that's really known of them is they were once at least humanoid creatures, from what you can tell, but through either obsession with necromancy and death, and with time they became this kind of withering soul, almost kind of like
Liches almost.
liches or demigods of sorts, yeah. And the number 1 spot, of which there is no description, there's only it's only known that there's one of them, and its only known name is the God King.
Oh.
And from what you can assume, that is just the top Tomb King.
Oh, Tomb King, yeah.
That's the paramount Tomb King.
CEO.
CEO to CFO. Oh, how a letter makes such a difference. What about my tattoo? Because it's equally important.
He's still meditating on that right now. And
All right. Well,
good.
if you're done with that thought, I was just gonna say I steal a book from Vonnie or I borrow a book from
Yeah,
Vonnie.
I was gonna tell you what. I'm gonna assume she's gonna give him freely, but the book she got was the one
That's a bad assumption.
she's currently studying is Ancient Elvish for Mundane. Excuse me, Mundanes. Copper begets copper, a wise man's merits, a house divided, the waning wax, where light dare not tread, blood red roses, and the beloved soul.
What's that one say right there? Twilight? What is that about?
There's a pair of hands holding an apple. That is odd.
What could it be?
I think we'll borrow the where the light does not tread.
Okay,
That one
Isn't
sounds
she
dark
reading
for
the
an
Elven
evening
one?
story.
what's that?
Isn't she reading the Elven one?
Yeah, she's reading the Ancient Elvish.
I'm going to read this out loud so Lilac can hear about it.
Yay, story time.
Ironically,
I want to hear.
as you start to read, there's a very similar list dictating the tiers of the Tomb Kings, and along with that, it kind of outlines dates, not necessarily dates, but major events in the history of Zarket pertaining to the Withering Arts, and it goes on and on and on about how the Withering Arts aren't necessarily better than everyone else, but they are kind of like this unreckoned force that's just going to happen, and it's not necessarily to the want of the people that are following the arts. It's just like almost like this apocalyptic event that's just going to happen. The Withering Arts are going to take over everything, and everyone's going to die at some point. And they're the sworn enemy of the Children of the Sun, as you would expect. And
Copper, next time you choose a bedtime story, choose better.
yeah, right.
I thought it was appropriate. What would the failure of the talking skull?
Now.
Besides from that, there's not much that seems relevant in that book at the moment.
All right. Well, that was less than enthralling, I suppose. Good to know, but not exactly a story. What are some of these other ones here? Any of these catch your eye, Lilac?
Copper begets copper, I guess.
Okay.
And even if the book sucks, at least we get to learn about the dragon. I'm not generally a huge. I don't think so.
Ulrich? Alright, then I start reading Copper Begets Copper to the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And this one seems to be much more relevant and has much more detail. And it says as follows. The chapter name is Urundil. And it says, Urundil was born into a high-born family in the old world of Moroshi, when the city was yet a young elven colony. His father and mother were part of the royal senate. They were kind to Urundil and preferred him over his younger brother, Brathil. When the Tomb Kings rose, as they always did once every millennium,
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
his younger brother was Brathil.
He just had his brother in his pocket for who knows how long. What the hell?
When the Tomb Kings rose, as they always did once every millennium, the elves of Moroshi were ready, or so they thought. While expecting an attack from the south, they were surprised and flanked from the north, where an army of what appeared to be sea pirates besieged their home of Moroshi, while the elven army was off defending against the Tomb King's onslaught in Maharak. Hearing word that their home was in ruins, the elven legions of Moroshi retreated back to their home, leaving only the defending army of Maharak to defend themselves. The Tomb Kings quickly crushed the city, taking it for their undead legions and retreating back to their home of Hotep. Upon his return, Urundil found his home in ruins and his parents nowhere to be found, but presumed dead. Heartbroken and swearing their lives to destroy the Tomb Kings, they set off on their own to forge weapons of power to combat the immortal threat. Brathil took to what he knew best and set off to the fortress of Kemri to beseech the stone dwarves of old to use the legendary Forge of Titans. After many months, he completed his creation, a spectral bow. Before the bow was complete, however, the fortress was attacked by a nomad army of Dragonborn in search of a new home. Fearing his great weapon would fall into the wrong hands, and with a final strike of the anvil, he committed his soul into the bow, sacrificing himself so only the bow may choose its user. In the meantime, Urundil took a very different approach to committing himself to the destruction of the Tomb Kings. Taking part in a highly secret experiment, he, along with several others, melded their souls with that of the humble dragon which had been under the heel of the Moroshi elves for many a time. Taking his new form, he sought destruction against all necromancers that chose to serve the Tomb Kings. After a time, word came that the fortress of Kemri had been besieged and taken by an army of Dragonborn. In his rage, Urundil flew to the fortress and with blazing fire burned the city. The Dragonborn fell to their knees seeking mercy. Urundil commanded them to bring him his beloved brother, and so they brought his last work, that of Brathil, the spectral bow. Urundil took the bow and promised mercy to the Dragonborn if they were never again to parley with the Tomb Kings. With that, he flew off and found his sanctum in the Devil's Backbone. The Dragonborn of Kemri grew to worship the great dragon that had spared their lives, and the cult of the Scalebound were born. To this day, the whereabouts of Urundil and Brathil are a close-guarded, if not unknown secret. Few claim to know what remains of the Dragon Elves, but it is not known whether they speak from conviction or falsehood. And there the book ends.
I guess now we know why people don't like Dragonborn.
Well, the story does explain a bit of the racism against them. Yeah, it is interesting that it's a very magical bow.
And Vani has it.
Mhm.
It's
She has some adaptability to take up highly magical objects without really realizing it, I guess.
Yep.
a lot of history. Funny how that works.
This one I'm not attempting to take from her, though.
Tattoo.
If it starts talking, it's on her.
Tattoo.
You still can't tell yet, Jack.
No. Do I actually have to wait 30
You're getting
minutes?
something come to you, but every time you listen to Copper's words, you kind of lose it.
Ah, I'm going to go on the mast again.
Okay.
Alright. just want to check our course. Does it look like we're any closer to the glowing lights in the distance?
Make a perception check.
I'm assuming one of the others is steering the boat still.
Yes. Yeah. Say that.
Draven.
No, not that guy.
He's just like following dolphins or something.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
I've
You
apparently
haven't,
lost my night eyes by reading too much in the
you
moment.
haven't been making consistent checks towards the lights, so it kind of feels like there's something in the distance there, but so you feel like you should go towards it, but you're not sure.
Here,
How close or not.
Oh, look.
Yeah, strangely, you're definitely making headway towards it, but the lights aren't growing bigger. Or at least the light pollution isn't expanding.
Okay.
A watched pot
The
never
lights are growing
boils.
dimmer. Yeah. Very severe case, but yeah.
Well, it looks like we have more time for reading if you want me to keep going.
It's about 8 o'clock at this point.
I'll be up here. As I'm climbing the rat lines.
Alright, what are some of these other books? I don't remember the titles. We had...
The Ancient Elvish, Copper Because Copper, which you just
Yeah.
read, A Wise Man's Merits, A House Divided, The Waning Wax, Blood Red Roses, and The Beloved
That's
Soul.
for the Waning Wax.
The Waning Wax seems to be almost not necessarily a published book, but just scribbled notes. And it seems to be a star surveyor's thesis on how he believes that the moon is actually made of wax. And it says as follows: I have devoted my life study to the hypothesis that the moon, as we know it, is in fact made of wax. It is the only logical conclusion that I have come to, as the sun is born of flame. As the sun sets, the moon rises from hiding with holes of melted wax from the day before it. It reflects the sun's glare and shares its own light throughout the night. As the time for the sun comes to rise again, the moon begins to melt and sinks back to allow it into hiding and allow it for the sun to take its place. They are lovers that can never truly be together, but feed off one another's energy to allow the realm to survive. And it's followed by multiple diagrams of what he believes to be the diameter of the moon and the diameter of the sun, and how they're related.
Dome? Everyone knows, though, that the moon is actually a large magical stone. Obviously why it glows.
Everyone.
Everyone in civilized countries.
In the civilized countries.
Where else would we get moonstone from?
Civilized countries do have
Hmm?
telescopes.
And of course, they have telescopes here as well, but... At least wax makes more sense than cheese.
At least.
And
low
if
bar
not,
there.
it makes a cool story.
Alright, let's look through some of these other ones. What's the last one?
The Beloved Soul.
Blood red roses.
The Beloved Soul was the last one. Before that was Blood Red Roses.
We'll do Beloved Soul.
Beloved soul.
This one you quickly lose interest in, as it just seems to be a fictitious love novel about a tragedy of a man who once fell in love with his soulmate, who soon fell ill and passed away, and near after he ended his own life and to search his beloved beyond the grave. It's all rather mundane stuff.
No,
Wait.
we give up on that one.
No, that could be a side quest for like The Witcher.
Alright,
Is there a,
we set it aside until we have need for a side quest.
If I look at the map, is there an undiscovered location that just popped up? Yes! Treasure hunt!
You know, Bush-
Yeah.
Let's go!
Alright, let's...
Tattoo!
yeah.
Tattoo!
Alright, let's check out the Blood Red Rose then.
Blood Red Roses is another, seems to be scribbled journal, and each entry seems to be made from a different hand with a different signature of writing, and it's really hard to read. Like, it almost seems to be written by illiterate people. And it seems to be self-recorded journals of pirates and their tales in the high seas, and something, from what you can tell, something about a pirate coven. That's
I'm just
ba-
gonna skim
based
through
somewhere,
this one and look for
based somewhere near
look
Maharok.
Pirate King we attacked.
Wait, Coven, like, I'm not there. Never
Like
No, you're there.
witches.
mind. No, I'm up in the masks.
You can hear him reading though. You got good ears.
No, I'm focusing
No.
on my tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's gonna help you.
Tattoo! You said I could try.
I'm just gonna skim through to see if I can see any name like the Pirate King we fought. Yeah,
Yeah,
beardy.
and you're looking through, and one does stand out to you, and it is Godi the Pirate King.
Godi the pirate.
And it seems like each of the names listed are almost self-proclaimed names. Like they're not really official titles. Like it seems like
Taser face.
each right? Seems like each of the pirates are calling themselves the Pirate King or the Pirate Lord or the Lord of Pirates, and like they're all having these self-proclaimed titles that have their own self-importance, kind of illusions of grandeur, that kind of thing. But there is a name on top that has been outlined with this goldish text, and it is simply the name The Pirate King with the capitalized The. So there definitely seems to be a hierarchical system with at least one head, but all the others proclaim themselves as being equals.
Pirates.
Well, that's curious, but not much use. Let's see. Well, there's one more we haven't read here besides the language book.
None of the pirate kings were named Grundy. Grundy Firebeard.
Yeah.
I wish.
There is one Dep.
Did you say Jeb?
No,
What?
Dep.
Jeb the Pirate King.
Nope, Dep.
Dep.
Who was recorded as a notorious drunkard, yet oddly successful.
It's funny you say that,
Alright,
by the
there's-
way, because there is a small entry that talks of that there's this blasted dwarf that used to go around and sing pirate ships, but there's no other words, and it's just like stupid red dwarf, and people are just seems to like,
Stupid.
have this blasphemy and curse words towards him that they're, if you're like, there's almost like an amount on his head if you're looking for him. All right, I'll just assume you're gonna want to scan through each of the books.
Yeah, we'll finish the last one.
The last one, well, there was a wise man's
Those are
merits
two
and a
more?
house divided.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna skip through them both.
Okay. A wise man's merit seems to be another scientist's notes. It seems to be a biologist's study into the origins of jinns and genies of the Scarab Oasis. And there's not much to it. He seems like he's been working on this for a couple of, I don't know, probably a couple of decades, but he hasn't gotten much besides that they kind of show up when they want to. They have a habit of granting wishes, but there's no confirmation of whether those come true or not.
Oh,
I know.
I know.
All right. Well, don't really need any more of those. That was more trouble than it was worth.
And as you're kind of losing interest, but you quickly scan through the House Divided, and it seems to be a brief history of the ancient kingdom of Maharok, and how with that, the fall of that empire that you recently read, of how it happened with Copper Begets Copper. Two cities of sworn aminosity were born, Qatar and Jendesh, and this does ring kind of true to you, Lilac, as you heard the story many times.
I'm not listening.
Of the twin princess. Chat, you're listening.
I'm focusing on my tattoo.
And basically, from what you can tell, the story goes that there was a king in Maharok, and he had two sons, twins, and he was a very sad king because he did not know who he wanted to rule his kingdom. So he thought he would set them out on a test to prove who would be the better successor. And he had both of them go off and make their own cities. And the first son went and made Qatar, and the second son went and made Bahagar. I'm sorry, the second son went and made Jendesh. Getting my names mixed up. And what happened was Qatar became a very prosperous city without the need for slavery or any sort of gray market trading. And his brother that created the city of Jandesh became very jealous of this and started doing whatever he could do to make the city as prosperous as his brothers, to prove to his father that he was the worthy one. He went through everything from drug dealing to sex slaves to black market trading to just generally getting as many slaves as he could to help take care of the city. And it was clear at a point to him that his father was definitely going to choose the son that had created the city of Qatar. And so, out of fury, he went and he snuck up on his brother one night on the Oasis, and he attacked him. And he almost killed the brother, but the brother's guards managed to restrain the Jandeshi creator, and it happened to kill him in the process. And with a sorrowful heart, the king heard of this, and he ended up dying of just like a broken heart. And the city at that point kind of went downhill from Jandesh, kind of went to ruin. And just before the prince of Qatar was going to take his father's place in the city of Maharak, that is when the Tomb Kings attacked and Maharak was taken. And with that, he remained in Qatar. And this is all like kind of interesting, but it doesn't necessarily pertain to what you were looking for. So you kind of continue to skim through it, but you do find this page folded up in the back. And as you open the page, you look at it, and it's entitled The Lost Compendium of Elder Tongue. And you quickly take a look at that, and it seems to have been a study into the Elder Tongue, which is what it is known that the Tomb Kings speak. And it says as follows. A proclaimed dead language, Elder Tongue was historically spoken by the Tomb Kings in the Southlands. Several common words and phrases are still known, but much of the language is lost to time. It is known the language emits a guttural tone and is often spoke to whisper-like sounds through not necessarily at that auditory level of whispers. When written, the language consists of a series of hieroglyphics that change depending on the context. One symbol can have many meanings and is often heavily based on the surrounding characters. And with it are a few words that you can't necessarily read, but as you look at them, there's these few hieroglyphic markings, and you kind of feel this guttural tone in their mind that kind of just comes to you once you look at it. It seems to have been like a very brief dictionary of Elder Tongue. And that's all she wrote.
Traveler's Guide to the Tomb Kings.
At this point, it's probably about 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and it's getting very dark, and you guys are getting pretty tired.
We're not closer to the city yet.
You're definitely making headway, but yeah, there's nothing you can see at this light. Besides
So
the general direction of the light pollution that you're going towards.
We should probably have like shifts of
yeah,
people.
the people handling the boat, or one lookout, one person handling the boat at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
So-
what
I'll
order are you going?
start.
You want to be lookout, or you want to be?
I can pilot the boat.
Okay. Then I'll take the next
Yeah,
shift to piloting.
I should pilot too. I don't have dark vision.
Oh, vision.
Oh,
I don't
that's true.
have
I'll
dark
keep
vision.
lookout then.
Each of you
I
make
have
an
dark vision.
intelligence check.
Me?
Everyone who's piloting at
Oh.
some point during the night.
Well, we just need to.
Oh, damn it!
It won't take much because you're going towards the light, but
Okay. Well, I was smarter than that.
Hey! Oh wait, that's saving.
I thought I was smarter than that.
Oh,
Okay. And are all the rest of you, when you're not on your shift, I assume you're going to sleep?
Yeah.
sleeper guard, but
Okay, and Vonnie is going to read her book. Alright, I'm guessing Aethys is going to work on his magical item. Alright, and you all sleep with a general easiness. You don't feel like there's much out there to get you at this point. If there was, you'd rather just sleep. But, let's see. Alright, the night goes without event, and you can all refill your health points with a long rest, if you haven't already. And,
Tattoo.
who's the last one on watch?
I think I am. I think it was Ulrich, Lilac, me.
Copper, you get up early into the morning, and as you start your watch, you do see a landmass in the distance along the peninsula.
So we were just going slow. Cool.
Well, I mean, in this land the sand shifts, so maybe the ocean shift too.
I don't know.
Do you do anything, or do you just continue towards it?
Sorry, I just dropped. Say again.
Oh, you see the landmass, the peninsula in the distance.
Can we see any sign of the city at all, or?
You see what appears to be spires peeking out over a hill, but you can't see much about beyond that. Seems like the city is on the other side of the peninsula, but it does almost
Alright.
connect. But there is a
Could,
hill between you two.
in the interest of financial security, I feel like we should spend more time fixing the boat so they don't swindle us out of our insurance claim.
All they said was the boat had to get there. Few things and things they were expecting.
You know they are
was
going
odd.
to try to drip us.
Yes, I know. They are in the cheap boat.
Okay. Well,
All right.
just tell me what to do, and I'll help out.
That's Sean.
See.
Way to miss all the lore, Sean.
Yep.
Who wants
Should
to
we check all the
catch up
patches?
Sean really quick?
Nope.
Okay.
All right, I took notes.
He was
So
preoccupied.
now-
He was preoccupied enchanting.
You don't have to tell them all
I
the
tell
lore,
him
just
Murray.
tell them what's happened.
I'm not going to
Anything
tell
you
about
want
Murray yet.
Well, I can see that Chad's intelligence really sucks.
Lilac's intelligent. We're different.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm smart.
Okay, so we learned about the hierarchy of the Withering Arts, which is the ranking of the Tomb King peoples.
Our boss checklist.
We learned about Urindil, the elf dragon guy,
The elf.
and we learned
dragon.
that he had a brother named Brathiel, who imbued his soul into a bow, which our rogue now possesses. Piece about how the moon is made of wax, which is of questionable value. We skimmed over a fictitious love novel,
That one was my favorite.
which Lilac enjoyed. Then we read one about pirate kings,
What can I say? True love speaks to me.
and apparently there is one true pirate king, and the rest are all underlings who call themselves pirate kings. Read a little bit about genies and jinns of the desert, but that wasn't particularly useful to us. And then we read some about the history of the ancient Maharak.
I want to know about the
Excuse me.
genies.
Didn't
Mara.
say anything.
It wasn't
Yeah,
very
it's-
complete. There
It
wasn't
doesn't
that
say
much
anything
information.
about whether the wishes come true or when or how.
It was literally like they pop up randomly in the desert and they have a habit of
It
answering
was,
wishes.
yeah, more or less. There are
seemed to-
genies in the desert who
Seemed to have
sometimes
been a
answer wishes.
biologist's journal that had almost been like frustratingly written down. The more he wrote it, it seems to have been a study about 20 years. Like he's almost to the point of giving up of how little he learned about genies from the time he had studied them.
Not gonna get his grant money back after that one.
Nope.
Okay, and you guys,
Wasted the golden.
what
20
happened,
years
Sean?
of
Is you continued. I don't know if you remember last time you went through this some sort of whirlpool and saw these titans fighting, and then you rose back onto the sea, this calm sea, and you continued on your way. You didn't see anything for a while. You sailed through the night, and at this point in the morning, you've just seen a landmass in the distance. which
What
you
about
assume-
Sean's tattoo?
Oh yeah, Sean, what's your passive perception?
Like 20.
It's like really high because I have wisdom is my highest stat, and then I have a feat that makes it 5 higher than that.
Okay, and you do notice that your arm begins to kind of pulse with this.
Yeah, he gets his tattoo.
With this heat, and it does, in fact, the inscriptions on that you've written on your that have been tattooed on your arm do begin to glow, this kind of deep burgundy. And you gain the knowledge that the power that your tattoo has been imbued with is known as Flame Ward. And once... Chad's like, get down. And it seems to have more power than what you can surmise, but at this point, what you can surmise is that once every long rest, you may choose that you or another player have resistance to fire damage for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
It's actually really awesome.
So you can place it on anybody for 10 minutes, once every
Sure,
long rest.
man would be cool too.
Yeah, but
Has anybody figured out how these tattoos work? I feel like we should get our money back.
Nope.
I mean,
Could Sean
did I
just
actually
set
figure it out? I
some-
mean, I know it does. but-
I'm totally gonna roll this up.
Well, I have tempered guard now, so yeah, I know what it
Yeah,
does.
Ulrich can raise his AC by 1 for 10 minutes every day.
Okay.
Not cool at all.
Like you're pretty frustrated with your lack of.
Hey, that's
No, wait,
15.
tattoo
That's pretty
those.
high.
Wait, what are you just seething?
What, you casted your spell right before you said that sentence? I call bull on that.
Yeah, that's how it works. I can
I
cast
call
it after
bull!
the fact too.
No. No.
That's how the spell works. It says you can choose to do it before or after.
Wait, what are you just seething? Who are
That
you
I don't
seething?
know how the tattoos
Oh
work.
boy!
Oh, okay. Aethys, you know how your tattoo works.
Yeah, and now I know that he knows how it works too.
That's true. He's lying to you.
Cool beans.
Why are you lying to me? Come here. Identify my finger.
Nope. I don't even know. What's your tattoo?
It's like a ring on my finger.
And that says.
That is what I'm asking you.
Just got a ring on your finger. That's it.
It's like the cheapest tattoo you can possibly
That's
get.
a stupid
Sure,
tattoo.
judge me for what I got tattooed on my body. Thank you. It will only be there forever. It's.
Lila, make an Arcana check.
Ah,
We'll say you meditated for most of the night.
I did.
We'll say you did.
Your Arcana.
Wait, there was a nighttime?
Yes, there was a
Yay.
nighttime in between.
Wait, where did we learn all this information if we're just on the
It was
boat?
the books Vonnie had.
The books.
Oh,
Vonnie
that
bought
makes
these
sense.
books. Yeah.
We had
Okay.
story time where we traveled.
Your fist, your Arcanum Strike, Chad, not only counts as magical weapons as it did before, but you're still not fully aware of what happened, of what's happening. But you feel that you can imbue your fists with an elemental power of your choosing. And it doesn't
So-
necessarily give any bonuses to that. But if something is weak to that power, you can imbue it with that element. That's good.
What?
If something is
It's already-
vulnerable to like freaking thunder, you could like thunder.
Yeah,
fist it.
what type of boss would you have a vulnerability? Philip.
Hey, that one had a fire vulnerability that we never figured out about, oddly enough.
Could punch you with fire. Chad.
Yeah, the Hydra would work.
Yeah, you'll be able to
You know,
use
it
it one
was-
day.
It was only 50 gold. And it fine. Whatever. next time I'll get mountains and bears on my back.
Yeah,
You should get a bigger tattoo next time.
a good tattoo.
Instead of just a ring. Okay.
I asked him for the win and he just like blew me off.
How do you tattoo the wind, Chad?
It's like,
It's a true challenge for
Really
a true
nice.
artist.
Say when you get old with wrinkles, that'll be your wind. All right. All right. You continue to approach this landmass, and after about an hour or so, you're seeing a city. Some sort of dock in the distance.
Head towards it.
Dock time.
That is pretty cool. Right. Fine.
All right.
Hey, Lilac, did you see my note?
Are you like whispering to me in the back of the boat? Uh, I don't know how I feel about him.
Okay, we'll wait.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how my character feels about him. It's a better way to say it.
I like how Seth is just playing Heroes of the Storm right now.
He is.
100%.
That's fine.
It says playing heroes.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, this part's important, guys. All right, you come up onto the harbor, and as you approach this great trade city of Moroshi, you see not a bustling coastal metropolis, but a city that has crumbled from stone as smoke pyres spread into the sky, and they're just coming up over the hill. I assume you kind of like there's no one manning the dock, and your boat just kind of like bumps into the dock and goes to the side.
Huh.
Well,
I jump out and like try to rope us to the whatever those things are called that you rope boats to.
the pier.
The pier, yeah. The thing.
Moorings.
Moorings.
This is less than good.
What's less than good?
There's just
The
no one
city
around.
appears to be on fire.
Oh, on fire? Oh, I missed that.
Or was I misunderstanding what
No, yeah,
our
there's
dungeon master?
fire and smoke, and it appears to be in ruin.
Are there people running around? Is it busy?
Not at the docks, no.
Oh, okay.
We may not be getting our deposit back.
Hey.
Everyone be on guard. Let's start heading towards the city.
More than burned blacksmith's faces.
Okay.
See?
You dismount from the ship, tie it to the dock, and start
After
heading.
that, the paladin really overreacted.
And start heading your way into the
That's
city.
where my money is at.
And the gate is wide open. You enter the city of what used to be this beautiful elven city. It's far more elven for a trade city than you would have thought. And you see around you that bodies litter the cracked streets, and there are covered figures that seem to wheeze and cough as they scuttle quietly through these collapsed alleyways. There are a few remaining guards that appear to be elven in appearance that don't stand at their posts, but instead sit against walls and pillars, covering their faces, many of them sobbing into their bloodied hands.
So did you say bodies as in people
Corpses.
dead or
Yeah.
Oh, so there's corpses littered through the street.
And they're pretty fresh.
Okay. This is not a nice welcome. So we're docked right now, I guess, and should we
We're working our way through the city, I guess, looking for
Great, are we off the boat now?
someone. Stop us or try to talk to us, or
Sorry, I missed that.
does anyone stop us and try to talk to us, or just
People are minding their own business. They seem to shun away and are rushing through the streets. So it seems to be mostly elderly men or women that are kind of scuttling around. Everyone else either seems to be dead on the ground, or the few guards that are gone against walls.
Are there guards against walls that aren't dead?
Yes.
We should probably talk to them.
I'll head over to one of them if no one else wants to take point.
sure?
You walk up to this guard that has this beautifully silver elven crafted armor that seems to have been like dented in places and has various stains all over it, and he has this tall pointed helmet that he's laying on the ground behind him with long brown hair, and he's covering his face in his hands. He's sobbing.
What the? Okay.
What happened? What happened here?
He kind of looks up to you and then looks back down into his hands.
We have a few questions for you, and if you answer us honestly, we may have a way for you to escape the city.
Don't think we need to escape at this point.
Arentil Vahal.
Do I understand him or?
No, you don't. It's definitely speaking Elven, but it's not modern Elven.
Okay.
I guess I have comprehend languages.
Do it.
That means I can't speak back, but I could at least understand what he's saying. Sorry. Roll 20 being stupid. Come on.
Nothing is left for me.
Nothing is left for me.
That's why they must leave, because there's nothing left here.
Leave them be. See if we can find anybody active, I guess. Head towards the center of the city.
Is that where the fire is? The center of the city?
There are a few fires still going on, but most of them seem to have been mostly put out, and it seems to just be smoke at this point.
So, okay, so there's a lot of burnt buildings and stuff. It's like the aftermath almost.
Yeah. Whatever happened recently, but you're not sure how recently. But it definitely hasn't been fixed yet.
Our little seeker ribbons don't work in this city, do they?
You can try. You have
Pull
one.
mine out.
What do you say to it?
Lucius. Lucian.
Can you find us someone who can help us?
Lucian?
Yeah, I'm with Chad on that one.
It remains limp and quiet in your hand.
I figured it wouldn't work. The magical field here is a lot less than it is in the other city.
Nah. Lucian!
Yeah, Lucian, Brightwood.
Let's head to the city. Let's city center.
Okay. You make your way across the cracked, cobbled streets. There's pools of blood that's forming in between the pieces of cobblestone. You continue to see more bodies under rubble. A few more guards. Some of them have kind of just stripped the armor off themselves and are sitting almost completely naked in the street. A lot of them seem to be covered with ash from seeming to have helped the citizens that have been collapsing.
I want to give away some of my rations, I guess. Just like
Okay. How many do you want to give away along the way?
like 5.
Okay. You start kind of handing out a few rations to people on the way. A couple of them shouting along the way. A couple of them kind of like let them drop by their side. A few of the people that you give them to seem to have just been citizens, and they kind of like take it gratefully and then kind of rush off.
I'm gonna be like saying, "Do you understand me?" to like people who I give it to.
Yeah.
Like hopefully one person speaks common.
People think it's you offering it to them, and they take it gratefully. No one seems to understand.
For a trade city, these people all only have one left. Okay.
Well, what kind of places in the city would be more likely to have people that speak many languages? Are there any buildings we can identify, like
Probably the docks.
trading, merchant, bars, docks?
There's one of the docks.
Make an investigation check.
Most of these buildings seem to be on fire, or have been on fire.
Oh, and
Could I make one too?
investigate.
Oh yeah, boy.
Or
You got it.
Chad
Ulrich,
and his intellect.
a city like this and Copper, everyone should speak common. I mean, it is the common language.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no, I see
Yeah.
what's happening here.
All right.
This is a Tower of Babel all over again.
Or
What?
Or just hear me out here for a moment. We went through some extreme magical event underwater.
Yes.
What
Hmm?
could we have been thrown the wrong time period? As far as I know, ancient Elven is extinct.
Oh, what can we do to
That's
prove
just a
that?
theory. I've no idea if that's right or not, but
Do these people's like fashion? Does it look like what I would wear or what my grandpa would wear?
Neither. I mean,
Did we know
you don't
anything about the
really
city
Grandpa's
interact with
before?
grandpa?
elves that much, especially in Qatar. What?
Did we know that the city was elvish or non-elvish before we set off to go toward it?
No, you didn't.
Bro, that'd be freaking crazy.
All right. So
Yeah.
do you continue towards the city center?
yeah.
All right, you continue, and very similar to Bahagar, all the streets seem to be leading towards the center. But rather than a citadel being the center, there seems to stand this cathedral that does in fact still stand. It's a very tall cathedral, almost like Catholic in architecture, and it has this tall spire that seems to have broken off and fallen down the center. At one point, there seems to have been stained glass, but all the stained glass windows seem to have been smashed out methodically. Not necessarily from shockwaves or anything, but they've been smashed out one by one from these tall windowsills. The once magnificent spire that I told you about collapsed and has opened a hole in the roof, which between which comes this wide ray of light that shines through. And the door.
Wait, are we inside right now?
Not yet, but there seems to be. There's no doors. The doors have just come off.
Are there any more or fewer bodies around here?
There seems to be several kind of stacks of bodies that the guards have lined up around the cathedral, but they've very obviously been pulled there. There seems to have been, like, they almost use this as a medical facility of people that they thought they could save, but the ones that they haven't saved, they just lined out.
How? Could I make some sort of check to see how they died?
Yeah, you can go
Like,
on them.
like vaguely, like was it like, yeah. So what type of thing do I do?
Investigation and Arcana, I'd say.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, rolling high.
There
Oh,
on a lot of the bodies there is obvious markings of death. Most of them have either been stabbed or their jugular have been sliced. A lot of them seem to have been garroted around the neck. And with your Arcana check, you kind of look into their wounds, and every single of the wounds that have pierced in their body has this residue of necrotic damage.
Doom Kings.
I just had a terrible thought.
What?
Zombies. This is the Necromancer's paradise.
Necromancer's paradise. Are they like burned or are they just stacked?
I mean, are you asking if they have been burned by
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
No, they haven't been burned yet. Some of them do have
Oh,
burn
boy.
marks on them, but they haven't been purposely burned by the guards.
Anyone in here alive, or are they all just dead? All bodies.
All the ones that are lined around the cathedral are dead, from what you can tell.
Can I figure out what god or pantheon the cathedral is to?
Yes, make a history check.
Good
Not
shit.
religion.
Good idea.
No, religion. Sorry, yeah, religion worked.
Nice.
This is nothing you've seen before. This seems to be a very old religion that's a mix between the Winds of Magic and the Children of the Sun. Like, it seems to be this I guess, place of worship where they allowed both dogmas to worship inside at their leisure.
So we're pretty sure we're back in time, guys.
Unusual. Is there anybody in the church? Any priests? Anyone in?
You all enter the church.
Oh shoot! Could I like look for?
Oh.
Because the Winds of Magic people speak Aaron, right? Can I look for stuff like that in the cathedral?
Yeah, so I'm guessing you all enter the
It's like
cathedral to
read
go look for
Aaron.
inside. Okay. As you enter the archway, let's see.
What was the name of the dragon? What was his real name?
Urundil.
Urundil.
Can I take out my ribbon and say that to it? See what happens?
Yeah.
Take me to
No,
him.
I tried the ribbon earlier.
You do, and it remains limp.
Okay.
You enter the cathedral, and there's no pews. It's just a long mosaic floor. And at the end, there stands a small wooden chair. On it sits this tall elf that slouches on the hilt of his silver-winged sword that pierces the ground before him. He has long, once beautiful, but now disheveled and charred blonde hair that reaches beyond his shoulders. His armor is gold and reveals striking elven craftsmanship under a dented and stained exterior. On the floor beside him sits a tall, pointed helmet adorned with two white wings on either side that kind of seems to have feathers have been fallen out at some point.
So cool.
He's leaning against it with his gauntlets, and he glances up with piercing blue eyes that have been circled with black-winged eyeliner, almost in this like Egyptian sort of fashion. His face is sore and red from weeping.
Could I make a check to see if he looks like a Prince of Lothric? The Prince Lothric of... No?
Lothric?
Yeah.
Lothric.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
you can metagame if you want.
You said he's an elf or a man?
It's a man. Well, I mean, he's an elf, but he's a male.
Okay.
Can I make a check to see if this looks like a boss arena? Or... Just kidding.
The guy is weeping. I approach him cautiously and ask
I'm
him
gonna kind
comment
of like...
what happened.
I'm gonna kind of like try to walk faster than Copper and like allow me to at least stand in front of you.
All right.
He kind of looks up with the stained streams coming down his face, and in perfect common, he says, "What do you desire, travelers? There's nothing left for you here."
We are seeking the ones we assume did this to you.
My people are gone. My city is gone. My blood gone.
We seek your story, sir. What happened?
So that we may prevent this in the future from other places and peoples.
Have you not heard?
We're new here.
What year is it?
We came to the aid of Maharak. They were maliciously attacked by these withering men from the south. Our defense of the city was going as planned when word came that our beloved city in which you stand had been destroyed. In fear of our friends and families, our legions retreated back to our home, only one of which remained, only to find what you see before you.
Did pirates attack this?
I do not know. We were all gone by the time we arrived. I'm afraid our emotions have lost both the city of Moroshi, and that of Maharak. These withered men surely spell our doom.
May we offer any aid?
Just
We're
do
travelers
not.
from across the sea.
It's been a day since we've returned. We are too distraught. Our morale is broken. There's nothing to be done here. Most of us have already left, scattered to the wind.
Had anyone survived who was here during the attack?
Me and several gods before you.
Where... Did you see where the withered men had gone after?
We retreated. We returned
Nobody
from
saw.
Maharak. We were one legion in number. Now couple hundred of us remain. We broke rank along
Sure.
the way, many of us headed towards the Great Sea of Regret.
A chair and a copper. Does this sound at all similar to that bedtime story you were reading us? The really crappy one that was sad.
It sounds surprisingly like it.
Well,
It involved Maharak as well, right?
The brothers against each other, yes.
could you show him the book and have him read it and then tell us if that is what happened here?
Do not know if it's wise.
And
What
if
is
we aren't
your
passed out,
no,
we
what
get
is your name, Sir Elf?
My family called me Urundil.
Then
uh,
no, I will not show him the book. I will not be responsible for that.
Yeah, I agree with Copper on this one.
Um,
I go to Lilac and just whisper, "This was the dragon guy, right?"
More like this will be the dragon guy.
Okay, just making sure I'm not getting mixed up.
wow.
we should leave him to his sorrow.
I'm gonna walk
There's
up
not
to
much
him.
we can do.
I'm gonna walk up to him, take out a copper dragon scale, give it to him, say, maybe this will give you peace in the future, and maybe I'll have it back from you.
Kind of looks at it. He takes it with his gauntlet hand and kind of looks at it inquisitively. Kind of closes his hand and kind of looks at you towards anger. And why should I trust you? What has man ever done for us? We arrived to this great land and were promised peace by the men of the south. We traded with you. We allowed you to eat at our table. Some of us even went as far as to couple with your kind. We defend you against an evil that you made. Then what do? The men of
That
Qatar
we
and
made.
Jadesh. You sit idle as your father's city falls into ruin. Then with our plea for help, you sit idle once more until our city is lost. Man has done nothing for us. You are cowards. You are bastards of the children of Titans.
Men have failed you, but those who stand before you have not. We are here to aid you and your people.
What proof do I have that you are not in legion with these withering men?
Do we appear to be withering to you? I am a priest, a practitioner of the faith of this very church. Why would I sack this place?
Kind of thinks for a moment and falls into silence.
I suppose we do have proof that we oppose them. If
No.
we really want to show them.
Good time.
Yeah,
is it
I
you
feel like it's a
seek?
good time.
Stolen by the Withering Men, the Tomb Kings.
What has not been stolen by them?
I think we seek our own deaths, in that we seek those who brought death and destruction into the city. As I said before, so that we may prevent the deaths of other cities.
They are
In the
much mightier
future.
than we gave them credit for.
And in the distant future.
It's my fault, you know. Rahak would still stand if it were not for our cowardice.
But it's not true. You stood and fought where you thought the battle was. It was a lack of knowledge, not of courage, that led to the defeat here.
My family's gone. my father and mother.
Look at the sign I have given you, and let it guide your decisions for maybe one day in the future. You may guide those whose path is to destroy those who brought pain and destruction to your city.
And if you have nothing here, you must find new strength.
I apologize for my despicable remarks towards you earlier, son of man. I was clouded by my rage. I do believe you.
Don't apologize to me. I myself have disdain for those of my kind. But
It
I
is clear
accept
the
your
Withering
thought
Men are
anyway.
much greater threats than we gave them credit for.
True.
There was a time when we were like brothers. They were our equal. A great civilization to the south. Then they disappeared with time. They reappear, our enemies. I don't understand.
Is there a library somewhere in the city?
I believe that was the big, large, burning building we passed on the way here.
Is there a magic shop here that we could like loot? You know, we're just
Like an
trading.
arena,
Magic.
like an
Yeah.
arena or something.
At
Yeah,
this
go
point,
find,
I
like
am
a
more
magic arena to
concerned
fight like
I'd like a magic arena gift shop library, please.
There remains a library of ash, if that's what you seek.
Vonnie would like to seek to look for thieves'
Yes.
cant anywhere.
Sylvan Prince. Let him have his peace.
Wait, there must be some other clue here that we can use.
You don't think we should hint to him how they resolved their situation and be a part of it?
They didn't resolve it. The city was destroyed.
They resolved it eventually.
Let's step outside for now and give him some space. So we're not talking about time travel in front of the.
Yeah, should give him a little time.
That's the fastest way to be pegged as madmen.
Yep. Not a good thing to spring on someone.
I just wanted to be the reason he became a dragon.
He just got mad at you.
I don't know.
You guys step
If we,
outside.
if we may
Yeah.
offer any aid, send for us.
He nods and his head goes back in his hands.
You don't feel like we should just bring up the dragon thing, see what he knows, see if we can help with that in any way?
He doesn't
If this
know.
history book is
Yeah.
any guide, that wouldn't do much good. He has to go on a journey to discover a series of rituals before he becomes a dragon.
Is that
Well,
what
I
the
mean,
book
maybe
says?
we were the ones who influenced him to do that.
I kind of gave him a heavy hint. I gave him a freaking dragon scale. What more do you want?
Copper, can I
It
see the
sounds
book?
worse.
Do you know anything about the ancient world, Aethys?
Can I see the book?
Um. Yeah. Essentially, it says that Erendil was an elven child, born of this city, favored by his father and mother. His brother is Brithiel. He went out, and while he was out, his home was overrun by the Tomb Kings. His brother and he swear revenge. Brithiel goes off to another city to create the spectral bow, which now bears his name. He eventually, when the city was attacked, imbued it with the spirit, with his own soul. And Erendil goes and becomes a dragon, and then goes and gets revenge for his brother.
Does it say how he becomes a dragon?
No. Only through rituals.
So we
It
actually,
doesn't say what those rituals are or where he goes or anything like that.
To what becomes his new den. To the and the
He didn't really solve anything. He became a dragon and destroyed the Dragonborn city and then went into hiding.
and became their god essentially.
So we just carried the spirit form of his own brother, like within a few feet of him.
And
This
we're
isn't
not
he in
showing
the
him that bow.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should bring up the dragon thing.
I
and
did.
see where it
I
Well-
gave
takes
him a
us.
dragon scale, and I was like, let this lead your.
Look,
I
if
feel
you want to
like we
go
should-
in there and make him think you're a madman by telling him that he turns into a dragon in the future.
No, we're not gonna tell him that he turns into. We're not gonna tell him that. We're gonna be like, "Hey, I heard one time that sometimes people can turn into dragons. What do you think?"
And then
about
what?
that?"
He's going to be like, how
So, yeah,
do you know
yeah.
this knowledge?
Why?
How are you
I
going
would love to
convince
turn
him?
into a
Then we can
dragon.
look for it together.
We don't even know what to look.
You obviously figured it out.
At this point, I'm more concerned about getting ourselves back home.
Or at least back to
History
our
can take care of
home
itself.
time.
Home, yeah. Wherever home is.
We need to go back. Back to the future.
Da, da.
And that's where we'll end it tonight.
Back to the future.
We gotta go back to the future, Marty.
Come on.
Um,
Gee,
oh,
Rick,
This is a good time
oh,
for a bathroom
Rick,
break.
oh.
though.
Yeah, perfect time.
88 miles an hour, Rick. Oh.
oh,
All right, we'll be back in like
Marty.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Chad, I am sending you something on Facebook. You need to
Oh, okay.
listen to it.
He- Secrets. Secrets,
Sort of
secrets
secret.
are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
Okay, so 10 minutes. So,
So like 10:06.
okay, 10:06.
You sent me the YouTube link. Is that what you're talking about? Chris?
Yes, that's the thing I'm talking about.
I am. Wait, why isn't it making noise? You have to share that with people.
I will share it more later. But that's the name.
I am Mary.
You can share it with Philip if you like. But I will be right back.
Okay. There you go, Philip. I am Mary, the mighty magic skull.
Do you guys want to tell Sean about that?
Nope.
Okay. Sorry, Sean.
Thanks. You'll love.
I am Mary. Just want to let you know, Philip, this quest idea is freaking dope. Freaking dope. Super cool.
Let's see what you do with it.
Screw it up.
Oh, that's
Hey.
obvious.
I told him to be a dragon, basically. I'm the reason he's a dragon. I gave him a
Look how
piece
you're
of his
writing
own
your
body.
history right here.
I know. It's so cool. I don't think we can like give him any more hints than that because we don't know anything else either.
Well, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what you guys do.
You're gonna screw up space time.
Do it. Let's do it. Bring it on.
You are. I said you are gonna do it.
I know. I said let's do it.
No, you're doing it. I don't want any part of it.
Fine. Honor and I are gonna do it.
And this is how Miria blows up.
I am Mary, the mighty magic skull. Look, I have a mini Millennium Falcon. I am Mary.
Can it be the Kessel Run?
In 9 parsecs.
That's the number.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I have a mini one of these too. Woo! Beep, 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 pew.
It's all about Roblox, bro.
Roadblocks?
Roblox.
What do you mean?
The really shitty Legos.
No, these are normal These are good Legos,
No,
Philip.
I'm just kidding. But the other ones, they can make Halo and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I wonder if Microsoft was like realized how stupid they were for signing with those guys instead. Should have signed with Lego. That's what I'm trying to say.
For Minecraft?
No, Halo. 343 is
Ha-
Microsoft.
Lego didn't want it. Lego
Oh,
doesn't,
really?
Lego doesn't want anything that counts as violence.
Oh,
So they won't take any video games that have violence or anything like that.
never mind.
Yeah, and then Roblox was like, we'll do it. Yeah, they wouldn't take. That's why Roblox has Halo and Call of Duty and
Gotcha.
all that mind-numbing violence.
Yeah. How does it feel to be the sower of death to an entire city, Philip?
Really good.
Mm.
I'm just living out my fantasy right now.
So is Jenny not coming today?
Guess not. I don't know.
She's watching Batman. At Sean's house.
Specific.
That's what she said in a Discord chat.
Oh.
I am Mary, the demonic magic skull.
Talking skull.
Yeah, demonic talking skull.
Oh, that's a blast from the past. I just realized where that was from.
Wait, what is it from?
Monkey Island.
What?
The
You
Curse
weren't
of Monkey
born
Island.
then yet, child.
I know, you're so aged.
I know, I'm quite aged.
Like a,
It's like a
bad
point,
wine.
It's a point-and-click adventure.
You're not a
game from LucasArts.
connoisseur of the point-and-click adventure, Chad.
What? I was not yet drawing breathes.
You were too. I got 2001 game, something like that. Curse of Monkey Island.
Millennium Falcon. Snow.
That was 97. See, you were what?
2. Barely. 19 years ago. Jeez.
You can play the remastered edition, Chad. It's all pretty.
Yeah, but he can't play that one. Curse of Monkey Island's like impossible to find.
They have the remastered one. They made a remastered version of it.
Not of Curse. They have the first two, but the Curse of the third. And that's where Murray comes from.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. It makes me grumpy. You can't get the third or the fourth one.
There's a fourth one?
But the fourth one's okay, because it was just
How didn't I know this?
meh. Then they sort of rebooted the series with all the Telltale ones.
The art's so different in the third one.
Complete shift. But it's actually, the third one's pretty good. It was funny. Yeah, you should definitely try the first one some point, Chad. Yeah,
What?
Secret of
Really
Monkey
cool.
Island.
Like there's
Oh,
a
Secret of Monkey.
like the way they manage duels in that game is just like the coolest thing. Like when you're like fighting someone in a duel, like you're dueling words, so you have to say something more witty than like what he says
Insult
and like
sword fighting.
Yeah, insult sword fighting. It's really cool.
You fight like a dairy farmer.
Your mother fights like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
Yeah,
Oh shoot.
it's pretty good.
You better have a boat ready for your escape.
Got him.
Man, I'm gonna replay this. I have those on GOG.
I got this scar in a mighty battle. I hope you learn to stop picking your nose then. Yeah, Monkey Island is a great game. Have you played Sam & Max? No.
No, I haven't. No, I've seen it, but I haven't.
Same people, but it's a good one.
Isn't that one like really like for a point-and-click adventure? It's like one of those really nonsensical ones.
It's got more nonsensical stuff, but it's not like one of the terrible, absolute horrible ones.
What was one of those? I think it's like, is it Grim Fandango?
It's very funny though.
I think it's Grim Fandango, which it's like
That one's worse.
to
Yeah,
unlock the door, you have to put a pineapple in the blender and stuff like. It's just,
yeah. Grim Fandango goes a little bit more out of the way. It has a decent story. Sam & Max has a few weird ones, but it's not terrible.
There's a bunch.
I need to finish the Fez game you gave me. I played it for a few hours, but
The what?
There's a whole period of it.
Fez.
Fez.
Point and click
Oh,
era.
I never played Fez.
It's like the 3-dimensional puzzle game.
Yeah.
Or 2.3D.
Pixel art.
Tower spinning.
Are you back, Kelby?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You guys may continue whenever you please.
All right. I'm not sure what to do now.
Well, we kind of do some exploring, I guess, but really much else to do. And retrace our steps and leave.
To the guy.
They are welcome to. I'm not gonna have any part of this.
That's fine. It's me and Honor. Saving the world.
Just show him your dragon.
Hello? Hello?
It's me.
Okay.
Alright, what are you doing, Athos?
I want to go talk to, what's his name again? I know the other one's name. The other one's like Brethiel or something.
Urundil.
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 Okay. You approach Urundil in the empty cathedral.
Hey, I stopped him from fighting us, and now you're just gonna make him mad.
He wasn't gonna fight us.
He totally was! That was such a boss fight encounter!
He was
stopped
pretty
him.
combative when
Yeah. I was
So,
like, whoa, bro, slow your roll. And he was like, you're right.
Sorry, say again, who?
I think that he was going
Who
to
did-
fight us. But I stopped.
Who didn't he like?
He didn't like us.
Oh no, I was just saying that bringing up something with him could easily could easily rub him the wrong way. I mean, he's going through a lot.
If it rubs him the wrong way, I'll leave.
No, he'll freaking
Or he'll kill you.
He literally doesn't have anything to lose. Nothing at all.
Okay, I'm going to talk to him.
Alright, still sitting in his
Okay,
chair.
good point, Chad. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, because I didn't lose our flying carpet.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm
I got rid of
I'm
our
gonna
problem.
go.
Imagine carrying our slave through this
Right,
right
he
now.
is still holding it against you.
I'm gonna go and sit down next to him.
On the floor?
Is he sitting on the floor?
He's sitting on a
There's
chair,
crossing.
but there's only one chair.
It's not like a pew.
There's no pews, no.
Okay, I'll kneel down next to him then.
Okay. He notices but doesn't react.
Some
So-
withering guy comes out of the balcony and like climbs on his back. I'm out. I'm gone.
Damn it, Chad. I'm trying to concentrate.
And at that moment, no, I was kidding.
Roll initiative.
You know, I can't remember where I heard it, but one time I heard about a story of these elves that somehow became dragons. I don't know why. I just feel like maybe it could. I don't know.
What, did you take your
Weird.
charisma skill points from Bonnie?
My negative charisma. Yeah, that. He doesn't say anything.
You didn't finish your thought. Did you finish your thought?
Kind of wanted to trail off.
Oh, okay. He didn't say anything.
Do you know anything about how one would go about mustering up the power to beat back the Withering Arts?
Seems you know more than me. You keep talking.
Wait, he wants me to keep talking, or
He says you keep talking.
okay, I leave.
What is your name? I should start writing it.
Aethys,
Where are you headed?
honestly, I don't think we know. We just got here, and now we don't know where to go next.
Do you need a map?
I mean, it would be helpful, yeah.
He reaches into his back satchel and pulls out a folded piece of paper. Reaches it out to you.
Okay. I nod and I take it.
And you look at it, and as you unfold it, it is
No! Boss Arena!
it is
I duel.
a map of Sarket, very much, suspiciously much like the one you had before,
Wait a minute.
but different.
Wait a minute.
There's a big whirlpool thing. That wasn't there before.
That wasn't there before. Can I?
And they're missing a
about
city.
that?
Up north?
Yeah, we're missing
What's
we're
that-
missing
what's
the
that?
city like right here.
Bahaga.
Yeah,
Oh,
Baja
yeah.
Gar's wrong. And there's one up here, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have the other
Two.
map with you.
Wait, can we pull that out?
Okay, we want to put them side by side.
Yeah.
Look at it one at a time. Here's the other map.
Well, this one's creased more, so this one's obviously older.
I want to just ask about
Alacania.
the whirlpool thing.
Okay.
Sorry, what
What's the
exactly is this hailstorm type thing?
No one really knows. It was here when we got here, but we do know it shows up every millennia or so.
No one's tried to go check it out.
We're not that crazy.
We are.
Fair enough. Thank you very much for your help. Is he still like holding the scale, or did he put it away?
You don't see it, but it seems like he put it in his pocket or something.
It was me. He's dragon cussing me.
I'm gonna nod, say, "Copper begets copper," and walk away.
Percocet. Mom Percocet.
Look, I'm not naming my child Copper.
He looks up inquisitively for a moment, and then kind of stands up, takes his helmet
Wait.
off the ground, puts it on, and
Did you say
starts to
copper
follow
begets
you out.
copper?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said that like
Oh,
as
that was super smart. We forgot. Oh no, we didn't say that to him before. Okay.
What would you like to do?
But you could pretty much say everything that he said to us, and it would be be wonderful.
Yeah, but I forgot what he said to us.
Chad,
Like his
I'm cooler than you.
catchphrase.
Get over it.
All right, gang. So
After you become a dragon, you want to go live with us at Pendragon Keep over in Britannia? It'll be great.
Can hook you up.
It'll be huge.
It'll be lit.
Oh,
All
by
right.
the way, watch out for pit fiends.
So it appears that we have been transported 300 some years into the past or more.
Yeah.
So we have two options.
Maelstrom.
We can time as much as possible, or we can meddle a lot and hope we change the future.
How
I
about we
still
go
wanna
to
library.
kill them now. No.
Or we might not be in the actual past. We might not really have the effect on the past that we might think either. I mean, maybe we're in another pocket dimension or another realm, sort of. We're just seeing I don't know if I would be this intelligent to say we're in a parallel realm or something, but
Are you talking about string theory?
Look, if we've made a jump back in time, it is entirely possible we are on a parallel line, but that still means we jump back to the same future.
Wait, but could we fold our universe like a U, and then we could travel through a wormhole and go faster than light?
We have no starship, so we cannot do
No.
that.
Dang it.
Nothing goes faster than light.
Look, there is
Back to character.
there is something on the map that wasn't there before, and we have no idea where to go. I think if it was replaced by a big golden exclamation mark, it would serve the same purpose. Meaning, I
I
think
like
we
how you
should go
guys
there.
know about this map, by the way. That happens.
We're assuming you walked out after you said you walked out. And
I know, I did, but
Never mind. No, I don't
With
know
the map.
anything. You're right. I'm sorry.
fine. Does Aethys come out and share the map with the rest of us?
yes, he does.
What did? How did it go? Did you learn anything? He says scoffingly.
Yep, there's this map. It's really cool. You should look at it.
Oh,
Okay, so here's the
I honestly
question:
didn't expect you to get anything. Dang it.
Can we change the future?
I mean,
Is this a hypothetical question? I don't
It's
know.
well, hypothetically, this map that we have from our time
yeah,
looks very similar to the map we have here.
yes.
Is it possible they have the same map?
What do you mean? World? Oh, from a,
I mean, of course, it's the same area. It's just
it's
back
just
in
a
time.
different time period.
I'm
That's-
just trying to figure out what time rules are we working with.
Wait, did
So-
they act- Oh.
If we have the same item from two periods,
hmm
and I was to take my quill here
Uh-huh.
and make a mark over here on the side of the old map, would it show up on the new map?
Oh no, try it.
I don't
Do
think
this.
this is the same piece of paper on these two maps. I think
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's the same area.
I draw a line on it.
Well, where did we get this map from?
From,
We got it from the map maker.
From
But it
Back
was an
in
ancient
Berthet.
his name is Imar.
So why would?
Imar, the
But this
Right,
map
but-
is ancient. Look at how old it is.
is there a
With
line
the
on
big
it now?
crease.
Right, but I thought he made it. I was under the impression that our cartographer back home made it,
Oh.
unless he lied and got it from the long dead Urundil.
Yeah.
Not dead,
Game
but
Master. Do they actually look the same, or is it just like, is it like two different drawings of America?
yeah.
What's it look like to you? It is as it appears.
Well, the north, south, east, west. Flip it again. I want to see if that's the same.
Yeah.
It would appear the same to me. So, if I take my quill and on this
Good.
map in our past time,
I do it again.
Oh, and the ship thing out there,
I
and
make a
also the
line
Tomb King.
over here, will that appear on the present map?
You look at the present map. It's
Nope.
just as it was.
Okay. I see
This
it.
does
We have
not
two
prove
options.
anything.
We either continue in this timeline and try and change the future, or we go back to the whirlpool and try and go back through it and go into our regular future
Yeah,
timeline.
to our world.
Which, of course,
Or at
there's
the
no
very least,
guarantee
we
that
could
I
go
can
to the
actually
city
get
and get the
back to
money
our
back
time.
from our boat. And then we could go back.
Well, we could go back to the actual
So the
future
short
and get
story
our
is
real
we can't get our
deposit.
deposit back here. That's the important thing.
We could get double our deposit or more.
Let's
What
go
if-
invest in the bank here and
What if we brought somebody from the past into the future? Like an ally? What if we brought our dragon friend into the future? Would we have 2 dragon friends? Or
But he's not a dragon yet.
dragon yet.
no, but he's
Well, like
still a
Urindel.
badass.
If we take him out of the timeline, then maybe Urindel will never exist.
If we take him out of the timeline, then maybe future dragon will just disappear.
I mean, we could at least take a bodyguard. It's not like
Well-
they did anything important in the future, right?
But how could we test
Why-
it? I mean,
We
Is the-
had.
is the
a
point to
slave,
test this,
and you
or-
sent him away, and now you want to steal someone else?
We're not stealing them. We are saving their lives.
I mean, everyone dies.
We could give them hope again. They could see their city rebuilt.
Except it
I'm
won't
pretty
be
sure
their
we're not
city.
going to save this city. Unless you want to continue in this timeline, which is my vote.
This city exists in our timeline. It was rebuilt.
Do you know where we
Yeah.
should go then, Aethys? Where do you think we should go?
like, what should we do here? Just,
I kind of wanted to look at the library and see if anything pops up for like a day.
Do not
and if
see the
nothing happens, we
cathedral.
can
I
go
highly
back.
doubt there are any books left. This place is thrashed. And is there even a library in the city? And we can't ask people for directions. There's no floating ribbons anymore. Complicated. Complicated.
He
complicated.
said there's a library. He said it's ruined, but I don't know if that means like every single book got burned or like half of the books got burned.
I would
Well,
check
it's
it
not
out.
having any other lead.
I would check
feel
it
like
out.
We should
There's-
just wait around for a day, and if nothing goes, then we can go and get sucked back through the vortex and hope we survive.
And besides, even if you found the book, it would be in this language that none of us speak.
Well, fortunately, I can comprehend that. So
Oh.
Yeah.
that is
And,
one
like,
thing
Philip,
we
can
can
I-
at least take care of.
Can I comprehend the words if I read it really slowly, since it's kind of Elvish?
You do have the book that Vani has.
I had a thought.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
It's
we have a
ancient
book
Elvish
that's
for
like
mundanes.
we literally have a translation book.
Callie, it's as if someone planned this trip of ours.
I had a selfish thought, I guess. Could I go like into the church and like try to find some cool artifacts from my religion from the past?
Ah, make an investigation check.
Sweet. Don't screw me, Gil. Investigation.
That's actually an awesome idea. I'm not gonna lie. The loot whore in me is totally on board with that.
But it's my religion. Oh.
Loot the past to enrich the future.
It's like partly your religion, partly a little bit mine, but
It's not yours at all. Completely different deities. Completely different.
he said it was a hybrid religion. Half
It's
half
the light. It's not the light. It is the sun. Like Lucian's religion. Yours is totally different.
Okay, I agree, but they're still kind of related, and you
No,
know.
they're not. They're completely different deities. Argues
I-
the DM not Lilac, which is what I'm realizing now. Lilac doesn't know anything.
You look through the rubble and broken glass, and whatever was here has been taken out.
Poopy. Are there at least like any cool like tapestries that I could wear?
Where tapestry?
Stealing from a church.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
my church. It's like from the past. Is the future gonna suffer from losing one tapestry in the past? No.
Butterfly
No.
flag.
You never know.
Well, the city was also on fire, so
Lost in the fire.
Regardless, I searched
So-
for a tapestry.
There's no tapestries or drawings on the walls. They're completely bare. Whatever this hybrid religion is, they don't. There's no idols they worship. They purely go to this place for meditation and worship.
I stubbornly pick up a broken piece of the stained glass just to have a memento, and
Okay.
yeah, put it in my little bag.
Pick up a
Of
sharp piece
holding.
of glass. Alright,
Yeah.
add that
Can
in.
I- So, are the streets, or is the base of this church made of like tiles
Yellow and
that
red
could be
check.
removed?
Sweet.
Great. Now we're stealing from churches.
The streets
It's
made of the streets made of cobblestone.
It's
So,
like
I want
picking
to
up a piece of... Anyway.
I want to go to like a cobblestone in a kind of memorable area, like maybe the corner of the church, and like step out maybe amount of paces that I remember, like maybe 5 paces out.
So you can see if it'll be gone in the future. I got you.
So,
You
and I want to mark my name. It's like I'm gonna try to remove one of the cobbles, and
can make a strength check.
okay.
Do you have a crowbar? Use a crowbar.
Oh, that was a saving throw. But
It's
well, I mean,
none of
luck
these
on that.
cobbles,
I want to do it.
even after all this stress, none of them have become loose. But and it's really hard to get your grip around it because around each of the crevices, there's just kind of pools of blood that have been forming around the church.
Okay.
Stick your sword in it.
My sword.
Good way to break your sword.
Yeah, I don't really want to break my sword.
It's a magical sword. You can't break it by like poking it at a rock.
You
I'll
try to
stick
use
the
any
sword
sword as a
in the
pry bar,
rock.
and it's gonna have trouble.
What else do I have I could use as a pry bar?
Do you actually have a pry bar?
No, I
That
don't.
might
I mean,
actually-
Oh, I know Vonnie has a pry bar.
can I use your pry bar?
I suppose.
Oh. Try to use that too.
Do a strength check with advantage.
Oh, that works, I think.
Yeah, you managed to pry part of the stone out of the street.
I'm trying to think of the cool things I could do with this, but all I can think of right now, and this is probably Ulrich's mind as well, I'm going to write my name on the bottom of the cobble.
What are you writing it on with?
Oh, I guess... Damn, I need to scratch the cobble. Maybe the tip of my sword.
I have
I
a
think it's sharp
dagger.
enough. Do you have a dagger I could use?
Yeah. I mean,
You see what I'm doing?
would you rather use a dagger?
Sure.
Alright, you take this dagger and kind of like clumsily write your name. Oldgrun Rupert
Yeah, scratch my name in there.
in common.
Olgierd von Everett.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's...
What do you do
You
now?
think we could put something underneath it? I don't know.
I have nothing that'll last the ages.
What about a gold coin? Will that last?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm gonna stick 1 gold coin below the cobble, and then...
Okay. And then you put the cobblestone back on it.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Kind of put it in and twist a bit to get it into the earth.
Yeah, make sure it's sitting nicely. Alright.
And at this point,
Little time capsule, so if we ever come back, we can
Yeah.
prove that we traveled through time.
Got it. You just like walk around taverns in an effort to pick up ladies. You're like, look, this coin proves that I traveled through time.
yeah. I don't... If there's anything... Damn, I don't know what I could have used to actually prove that, but... Like, well...
We'll know.
That's the important bit.
Well,
I say we go back.
I mean, theoretically, the past is our oyster. We can go and do just about anything we want. We can go see any of these ancient cities. We can
Yeah.
try to change the past.
Yeah.
We could see if that whirlpool takes us back to the future.
We could we find that relic we were looking for in the past somewhere?
Do you have
Or
any
you
idea
think
where
it's
it
that old?
is?
I have
You have to-
thought. If we were, we happened upon this time tear, whatever, who's to say that we are not the only ones?
Possible.
Hmm.
I don't know that we
Roshi
necessarily
was a busy route.
happened upon it.
How else would
The
you?
Hydra. Is it possible the Hydra was some sort of guardian of this time? Pole, whatever you want to call it? Or are we somehow, I don't know, God blessed?
By whom? The wind doesn't work this way.
Some chosen, for whatever reason, to be sent back?
Well, in that case, I mean, but if a god did send us back in time, didn't do a very good job at telling us what we're supposed to do.
And I would be highly surprised if there was a god involved, but
Can I like sense the wind or whatever? See if it feels different now. I don't know what it'll give me, but
Yeah, make a perception check.
not like different from the day to day. Like, does it feel different from like our timeline? That's what it. Arcana check.
Arcana or perception. I would say with you, you can make perception because you're adept with it.
2 or 0. We're gonna go with a 2. If I can. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. You are a worshiper of the wind, but you're not necessarily a studier of the wind. But something strange stands out to you a bit, that the wind is sad. It's mournful. You've never really felt an emotion from the wind before.
Would it hurt us in any way to stay for a day?
That's my vote.
your guess is as good as mine.
I would.
That's
We did not die coming to the past, which means we probably won't die staying in the past.
I would like to meditate on the wind. It feels different. I don't think it can tell me anything.
We should leave the city then.
Yeah.
Short distance.
I still want to go look at the library.
Alright, we'll do that on our way out then. If we can find it.
Copper, you're a man of intellectuals. I can pronounce this word. Are you not interested to find the artifacts from the past so well preserved?
I am intrigued, I will admit this.
Like, what
But
do you
I'm
have in
also very
mind?
fearful.
Like how?
I don't know, swords, weapons, something. I'm not as.
There are stories of mages
Something.
metal in the past. Men whose minds were twisted and broken. So I'm very, very hesitant about
No,
any
those
sort.
were with those Elder Scrolls. We fell through an ocean.
Philip, you said there are dead soldiers in the streets, right?
Some, but the
I'm sure
the ones that
take kindly to
the ones that have kind of, most of them are still alive. There's very few at this point. Most of them seem to have gone to find shelter. You do see a couple dead on the street that have recently died from their wounds. They're kind of laying slumped over against where they sat.
Any of them look like they have fancy stuff on them?
I mean, yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
You gave us a destroyed city. Of course, we're gonna try to leave it.
I am
Give me
going
some
to head
Mormon
back
about
to the
it.
boat. Meet me there when you are ready.
Okay, make an investigation check
Me?
if you want to look on the corpse. Yeah.
I would like to, and then I'd like to burn them afterwards so it doesn't look like I'm just looting them. It looks like I'm helping.
The light would like me to loot and then burn in the pretense
Damn
of
it!
worshiping the light.
Of all the times.
You look through his armor. His armor, the one that you do find that's dead, his armor is pretty much ruined. There's several bolts into him that's just completely pierced the armor. You do find an amulet around his neck, however.
Okay, I take that. And did he have a weapon of some type?
Not on him, no.
Nothing in the pockets.
Maybe he was a mage.
Nope.
Cool. I burn
Well,
the
you-
body with burning hands.
So you find like 2 gold on him. There's nothing. He doesn't seem to be carrying anything of value on him besides the amulet.
Can I just identify it right there? Might as well.
You identify it, and it's a flat, round amulet with the face of a white lion on the front, and the amulet is imbued with the power of protection of good and evil.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool. Okay, thank you. I go to the library.
Well, I mean, it didn't work for him.
Why are you laughing about it,
I
Chad?
was about to
Fair
say
point.
that myself.
Didn't work for him.
Loser.
I mean, as someone who has that spell, I have a pretty good idea of how that amulet works. So
Lilac is highly irrelevant. Irrelevant.
Irrelevant, yes.
Irrelevant
Highly
to this timeline,
irreverent.
guys.
Especially in this timeline.
A useless character.
I want to go like see if I can find some sort of holy spot that like people would worship the wind in the cathedral, like a meditation zone or something. I don't know.
Okay, so you're going back into the cathedral?
Yeah,
Okay.
I never really left.
Oh, okay.
Like after I picked up the.
All right, you continue to look around, and you notice that Urundale's no longer there. He must have left a few minutes ago. You're not sure, but you continue to look around, and as you do, you notice that in the center of the room, the mosaic kind of spirals to a center point, and there's windows on either side that are windowsills that have very obviously not been bashed out. Like they've always remained empty. It seems like there's a point of which either way the wind blows, it'll enter the cathedral and go to the center spot. Kind of
I'm
coalesce in
gonna-
this area.
Gonna go crisscross applesauce, like sit there on the ground.
And you do, and
Kinda.
the wind's not very strong, but you do notice that somehow with this architecture, with the wind coming in one side of the cathedral, it kind of spirals around the mosaics. It kind of is like twisting around you and concentrating on you, and it makes it much easier to study the wind from where you sit.
All right, you beautiful bastard. What do you have to tell me today?
What are the rest of you doing as Lilac meditates?
I want to go try and find the remnants of the library.
Are any of you going with him?
I'm gonna go with him.
What do you do, Copper?
I'm gonna go back to the boat. I'm gonna go see if I can patch up anything while I'm there, and
Okay.
just see if there's anything I can spot at the docks itself.
All right, the three of you head in the general direction from where you entered the city. Aethys, make a perception check. And Ulrich, if you'd like.
Yeah, well,
Okay. Okay, as you're kind of searching together, you don't find any library from what you can see, but near the main gate of the city, from once you entered, there's a tavern that seems to still be in operation, and beside that tavern is a much more ruined building that it's not necessarily a library, but seems to have been some sort of bookshop.
Is there
go in,
anything-
Aethys.
Yeah, do you want to check it out?
Yeah, let's see what it has.
Does it look ruined? Does it look like there's a shopkeeper of some type?
Yeah, between each building, at one point there was a large pillar that leads up to this aqueduct. There seems to have been these aqueducts that kind of go throughout the city, and this one in particular, the pillar from the aqueduct has fallen onto this bookstore and been crushed, but you can kind of make your way under the doorway, kind of like at an angle, and you look through and make an investigation check.
Uh,
Appears a fire has been caught in the center of the shop, and a lot of the books are charred. You kind of look through the stands of books that have been knocked over under this pillar, and you do find a couple smaller books that you can't really read what they say. But they're untitled, leather-bound books.
Is Bonnie with us? Or
Yeah, so she is.
can I ask her very politely to give me the book?
Okay, she does.
Can I try and translate the titles?
Well, I mean, there isn't titles, so no.
Oh, I thought you said that.
The books are untitled. It's just leather-bound.
If I open them up, can I figure out what language they're in?
You open them up and look through, and they both seem to have been written in Ancient Elven.
Can I decipher like the first couple sentences of each of them?
You start reading the first one, and it's a love story. Much like the love story that you heard on the ship. In fact, you think it's the same love story about a man that's hopelessly in love with a woman, and the woman dies of an illness, and close thereafter, he takes his own life and searches to be with her beyond the grave. And it just seems it seems like it's some sort of fictitious novel. And the second book is much harder to discern, but it's written in verse with several paragraphs, and it seems to be a collection of poems.
Okay. I guess we will take them back, and Ulrich, unless you can think of something else, I guess let's go back to the ship.
yeah, I guess take what we can. How many books were there that we got?
2.
2. Great haul.
Way to rob the past, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, we're
Remember,
looking
the
for
past is an
artifacts.
undiscovered country with an underdeveloped military and lots of resources to exploit.
Yeah.
Just gonna turn our backs on it.
We stole like a love story poem, like a piece of broken window, and flipped over a rock. And we're not
Yeah,
exactly
Future
evil.
is forever
I
different.
stole a necklace. I at least got a magic item out of it.
So you changed the future the most. If it's all screwed up when we
Yeah.
get back, it's your fault.
100%.
All right, so you
Great.
each head back to the boat.
No, I'm meditating on the wind.
Not you, besides you.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
guess we're
heading
heading
back.
back.
So, yeah.
You get back to the boat, and it's an empty dock. You have the only boat there. It's just as you left it.
Like, your boat is
Okay.
gone. Like, no!
Tell it.
Someone jacked our right.
We're supposed to stay in this timeline.
Oh,
But where are the quest points? Where are the undiscovered locations?
If only.
is that easy? Okay, well, are we just gonna hang out for?
We'll wait for Lilac to finish his wind conveying, and then we'll figure out where we go.
Is it what time of day is it?
It's evening at this point. You've spent most of the day in the city.
Are the stars out yet?
Very faintly.
I don't think
Out
can
in
see the
strength.
stars through
If
the,
I can,
through the
if I can see
smoke.
if there's any differences.
Differences in the stars?
Yeah, compared to.
Are you an astronomer now?
No, I mean, but I've.
Make a perception check.
He's
Okay.
had lots of bored nights, Philip. Don't judge them.
Yeah,
man.
come on. Is it nature check or a?
Either or.
I probably won't see much, but.
They're stars, man. They're points in the sky.
Stars, man.
But I know what they look like. I know the constellations and stuff. Whatever they are.
Gora.
Not with that nature check, you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Eclipses. And
Then at some point. just don't remember their names. I mean, don't judge me.
No one
There's
says they're the same
SpongeBob.
this world that they are in Mayoria. Could be different constellations.
Well, yeah, I'd probably not see the same. Well, I don't know. We're in the same as Berthalia.
Same hemisphere.
I think we're that far south. Or, not latitude. Yeah, latitude. So, I mean, we're not like the southern. I mean,
You're in the
necessarily, but
Yeah, Philip, your science is wrong. Jeez.
jeez, jeez, man.
In this magic land, your science is wrong.
Come on, dude. The wizard did it.
All right, what are you doing for the evening on your boat?
Are we just waiting for Lilac?
Yeah.
I'm enchanting.
Okay.
It doesn't work in the past, Sean. Jeez.
I'm a,
All of your enchanting like gets undone when you go back.
Oh,
I'd be pissed. I'd be super pissed.
well, and that's back to the same timeline. I mean, it could. Why not? It might send us anywhere.
We'll need to discuss this, figure out what our plan is.
So
In fact, we don't even know if there's actually a whirlpool there right now. It may just be that it was drawn on because it sometimes shows up, sometimes doesn't.
my
It is on the
temporary
map, so it's-
plan-
Lilac, are you done convening with the winds?
My plan was to do it like all night long, but
We can wait for him here, I suppose.
It's fine with me. More enchanting.
Then we can leave in the morning if he's done.
all night long. Exhaustion level 1. Yeah, boy. Let's see what I get in this loot box.
All right.
Well, then let's discuss plans then now while we wait for him, because I think I
Okay.
see two options. We can explore and go back into the whirlpool.
I mean,
I want to explore, but we don't have any leads.
yeah. And
I
Moroshi's-
If we
want to stay in this timeline and become a dragon, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Oh, that's why you wanted to do
I
it.
would be surprised.
A little bit, actually.
I understand now.
Back to the world.
But we also, I mean, we have the two maps. We can pick a spot that's different, like is not called forbidden
Do
in this
we have
timeline.
any? Wait. They said that they came from the south, right?
They came
Withering?
from-
The necromancers. They came from the south,
I
correct?
think they came from
No.
Maharik. I'm not here. Ignore me.
We do know that Hotep is called the Tomb of the Kings, or the Tomb Kings. On our other map. Can you Thank you. Yeah, so home of the Tomb Kings is down there in the south. And then
City of
Kimri is the
Decay.
Forbidden Fortress now. Or there's a site where there's no city whatsoever further north of us.
Yeah, Malakania. Kemri. I didn't notice Kemri in the other one. Was that there? Okay.
Fortress.
It's
But
still, it is there.
Kimri is where
It's the dwarf hold right now.
yeah, it's where what's his name's brother goes. It's where Erindu's brother goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kemri. Okay, I was wondering.
I'm not there. Dang it. Shut up, kid.
So in the
Well-
story,
Are we going south? Do you want to go south in this timeline, or do you want to go south in our regular timeline?
Well, what do you mean by south? Do you mean like around the outer coastline to Qatar, or
I'm assuming we
Just
eventually end up at Hotep, but that's
that's a
maybe you're
big
completely
journey?
Wrong.
I mean, look around you. Look at what the here. We have no hope in a straight battle with them.
I mean,
Maybe we go back to Qatar.
Ugh.
If we go back there, though, then we're in the middle of a civil war between Qatar and Jandash.
that's true. Is that what's going on now? Do we know, based off the book, do you know exactly how long ago we are, or
Yeah, from the book, could we tell when the war between the two brothers was compared to
okay? Yeah.
the events of Maroshi?
Yeah, let me check here.
20 minutes.
hours later.
2 hours later.
From what you can tell, this Zarket does not use the same dates as Berthele does.
Oh.
If they don't really use any at all, but as you kind of scan through the history of Zarket in the books, you are somewhere between what is called the Great Migration and a title called Understandings of Peace. And from what the very few words that it talks about in the book is that the Great Migration happened directly after the desolation of Moroshi, and most of the elves that remain, which is pretty much only the legion that had fallen back from Maharak, have gone their separate ways after they saw the desolation of Moroshi, and they've kind of split apart. And the understandings of peace is a time of peace that occurred between Kadar and Jendesh. So you don't know if that time is now, or if they're currently in a civil war.
It makes sense that is probably just beginning to occur. I mean, the city is just recently was destroyed. I mean,
yeah.
Do
the
we have any
understandings of
idea
peace.
where in the timeline Dragon Bros happened?
Dragon Boy.
I don't remember seeing any dates in the Copper Begets Copper book, but I don't know.
There's no dates listed, but
Is it like soon after Moroshi gets destroyed, or is it like a long time later?
I got the impression that it was a fair time later because he goes off and studies for a while. But
yeah, it's several events down.
Okay.
But there's no timeline between the events. They're just listed.
All I know is that I caused it.
I mean, theoretically, if we meddle enough in the timeline, we could either cause a major extinction event or change the course of history.
I mean,
Say preventing the loss of this artifact from Qatar, even the turning of Jandesh into a slave kingdom, and possibly, if nothing else, the takeover of our dragon friend by the Pit Lord.
ugh.
I mean, theoretically.
I just don't know if it's our place to be meddling so much in
This is true. I'm very hesitant to do this.
this. We don't know what could happen.
But then again, we also don't know if we can go back the same way we came.
It's true. Or if we'll ever get this chance again.
Who's reading this book right now? The history. Who was the one looking at it as I read to you?
I
Copper, I think.
guess me skimming through it.
You're looking down and make a perception check.
Is there any music right now?
I'm gonna have to refresh. Alright, you're looking down and there's these listed events that seem to be important points in Zarket history, and they each have brief descriptions under them. And the events continue to be listed, but they fall off after the Great Migration, meaning that after the Great Migration, besides the listing of the name of events, the descriptions aren't there.
Ooh.
And you're kind of looking down it, and like you kind of scan different titles. There's, you look at the Fall of Darkness, the Twin Prince War, Rise of the Tomb Kings, the War of the Righteous, Desolation of Moroshi, the Great Migration. You look under Understandings of Peace, And then the last one that's listed is called A Prophecy Undertaken.
Flip to that part then at the very end.
Yeah, it just says A Prophecy Undertaken. There's no description.
Wait, does it look like parts of the book are now gone that were once there, or no?
You don't know. You've never scanned that far before. This is your first time looking that far. But it has been written text up to this point, and now it's just titles.
So,
What's
do
that
we
mean?
literally, like, is it blank because history up to that point literally hasn't been written yet, and it just disappeared? That's a
Yeah.
possibility.
Properties, or is that just a product of time itself? That it couldn't have been written? Because if we just remove a book from the future, doesn't it? It already happened in our timeline. So unless there's a magical.
So say again what it is, Philip. It's
Do you want me to read
Is
the
there
ti-
written
the
stuff
titles?
before, or is it just the titles?
There are written stuff before.
Okay, so it's up to which point?
It's up to that has a description is up to the Great Migration.
Which is what we're at right now.
I can read to you all the descriptions. if
Maybe.
you'd like.
No, not. It's okay for now.
Okay.
Slightly disconcerting. Because it wasn't that way before we went into Roshi. was
Well,
We don't know for sure, but I'm guessing books don't usually have blank spots.
it? Like, when we were traveling, we were able to read the... Or did we just skim this book?
You're the one with the book.
is there any possibility that that we have done something already inadvertently, or is I mean,
Or intentionally, hinting at dragons and whatnot.
yeah, exactly. We might.
But that already happened, though.
There's no real way
Well,
to
true.
be sure.
Hey, what I was doing was ensuring that the current future actually happens.
Yeah. Well, don't know how little of an effect. Maybe just the fact that we showed up to talk to the one guard. I mean, who knows? Been a long time.
He saw our nifty spaceship and started worshipping it. And changed their religions.
You kind of sit and debate this and scan through the book through the night, and before you know it, it's morning, and you see Urundil run up to your ship, pointing in another direction, and he seems to have like a hasty look on his face, and he says, "We caught one. We caught the Tomb King."
Full
And
king.
that's where we'll end it tonight.
Oh my.
Okay.
But what did the wind say? What did the wind say?
You'll
Find
never
out next
know.
time.
What's my tattoo?
Tell me what your tattoo is, Chad.
It's
Yeah,
a ring
but-
on your finger.
I want a bigger one.
Then go.
Aw,
with the bigger
man.
one.
But we'll never get out of the past.
I guess Bahagaru doesn't really exist anymore. Or now.
Yeah.
So you're kind of shit out of luck.
I'm gonna go found a magical city.
There you go. I'll name it Copper.
Name it
Not even.
Bahaga.
Alright, well, thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
So
Or next
trippy.
week.
So trippy.
I'm travel.
About next week is I can't DM Friday. If you guys want to do something else Friday, you're totally welcome to, or I can DM Saturday.
Saturday!
Saturday would work for me.
I'm sorry.
Probably.
Yeah, I think Saturday would probably work for
You
me.
guys are welcome to do whatever you like Friday, or nothing at all.
Weekend, but
Alright, man. Thanks for playing, bros.
I better get some sleep.
thanks. Yeah.
It's
I'm
fun.
driving to Walla Walla tomorrow, so I think
Oh,
I'm gonna go
safe drive.
too.